victims' families filed a complaint in France, accusing the firm of neglecting subcontractors' safety. Total Energies, denying wrongdoing, confirmed the probe and stated that its Mozambique teams have provided emergency aid and evacuated over 2,500 people. And the preliminary inquiry follows growing scrutiny over corporate responsibility in conflict zones. Meanwhile, a tragic fire at a nightclub in Kokani, North Macedonia, has claimed at least 59 lives and left more than 155 people injured. Now, the blaze broke out around 2 a.m. during a concert by popular hip-hop duo DNK, which was attended by 1,500 people. Now, the club, described as an, quote, improvised nightclub, was operating without a legal license and had previously been a carpet warehouse. The fire was reportedly sparked by pyrotechnic devices. Now, witnesses says the club's single exit caused panic as people struggled to escape the rapidly spreading flames. To close off your 6 o'clock news, a week ago, a dedicated team consisting of a pilot, a vet, and a section ranger from Hlutluwe Mfolozi Park embarked on a search for buffalo as part of a disease testing operation. Now, during their mission, they stumbled upon a heartbreaking sign, a poached rhino carcass. Nearby, a tiny calf estimated to be just 6 weeks old and weighing 105 kilograms was found alone. Now, Dr. Rowan Liaming quickly immobilized the calf, and with Orton Bosman flying the helicopter, they rushed it to the Zululand Rhino Orphanage. There, the calf was hydrated or rehydrated and given rhinoplasma to strengthen its immune system. Thanks to the heroic efforts of the team, this little one now has a chance for a safe future. Absolutely beautiful and heartwarming story to close off your 6 o'clock news. For now, though, that's where we wrap things up and head into your world of sports. Now, we start off with footballing action where Newcastle stunned Liverpool with a 2-1 victory in the League Cup final, securing their first major trophy since 1969. Now, Dan Burns' opener and Alexander Isak's second-half strike sealed a historic win at Wembley. Federico Chisa's late goal wasn't enough for Liverpool as Eddie Howe's side claimed their first domestic silverware since the 1955 FA Cup. Now, sticking with the football, Relebohile Mofokeng's early double secured a 2-1 victory for Orlando Pirates over Mamelodi Sundowns in a crucial Betway Premiership clash. Now, the win narrows the gap to 15 points and avenges their 4-1 defeat last month. Now, with 4 games in hand, the Buccaneers keep their slim title hopes alive in the race for league glory. Now, from footy, we move over to rugby, where France sealed the Six Nations crown with a 35-16 victory over Scotland, edging England by a single point in the final standings. Les Bleus claimed their first title since 2022 with a bonus point win in Paris. Now, England's 68-14 demolition of Wales kept the race tight, while Ireland's 22-17 victory over Italy fell short of title contention. Now, moving into Formula One news, Lando Norris claimed victory in a chaotic, rain-hit Australian Grand Prix, fending off Max Verstappen in a tense season opener. Mercedes' George Russell secured third as crashes and safety cars, so only 14 finishes. Now, Norris, the pre-season title favourite, ended Verstappen's dominance dating back to 2022, while McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri slipped to 9th after a costly off-track moment. We'll definitely be keeping our eyes on all things to do with the Formula One updates, but that is where we leave your sporting for now. Well, let's get into your weather news for this morning, where this past week has seen KwaZulu-Natal battered by heavy rain and storms, and today looks set to be no different. eThekwini Metro Mayor Cyril Ntuli confirmed that a state of disaster has been declared to assist affected communities. The floods, which have caused significant damage to homes and infrastructure, have also resulted in fatalities. And this follows 2 previous floods earlier this year. Meanwhile, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms, expecting localized flooding and damage across parts of KwaZulu-Natal, Mpumalanga and the Northern Cape. Now let's head into the sunrise view of this hour. Definitely going to put a smile on your face because out in George, Mark sent this absolutely breathtaking view of his morning sunrise. George, thank you so much. Not even George, Mark, thank you so much for sending this through from George. Absolutely stunning. I mean, I love the colors of that sunrise playing up against the clouds with the beautiful trees in the foreground, making a gorgeous silhouette and frame for what is going to be a stunning day. Out in George, you can expect a 23-degree high, and this is your reminder, Mzansi, to continue sharing your morning views with us. It's not a competition, but it's kind of a competition. On 0634088863, we would love to share your morning views as we set into your temperatures for the rest of today. Bit of a mixed part of weather for this day, and you're definitely going to make sure that you either have your sunblock on or an umbrella on hand. But it is your Feel Good Breakfast show, and what we want to do is share a gorgeous morning with you. And let me tell you, coming off of the weekend, I had to share the beautiful pictures with you from Cape Town Carnival. Listen, I had an absolutely stunning time. I think mostly because I was dressed to the absolute nines. Aphrodisi came through with this gorgeous view. In fact, many people were saying, Carissa, are you part of the carnival or are you just spectating this year? But all of us put together looked absolutely gorgeous. We just decided if this is what we look like in 2025, next year we're going to actually have to have our own float. Unfortunately, we don't make the rules. That's just the way it goes at the end of the day. So we definitely look forward to stepping it up again in 2026, taking the Cape Town Carnival to new levels for sure. Look at the girlies strutting their stuff. I mean, come on. Have you ever? Tia Black also looking absolutely stunning. Let us know though, Expresso fam, would you like to see an Expresso float? Can you imagine a big clock maybe representing 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. every single morning just hanging out with you? I think that definitely has to happen at some point or another. We have so much lying ahead of you on your Feel Good Breakfast show that comes up in just a little bit. We're going to have the shortest break so that you can grab your cup of coffee, and we'll see you now. It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show. Happy Monday if you've just tuned on in. Right now we get into the world of sports. We have to talk about it. Lando Norris conquered a rain-soaked and chaotic Australian Grand Prix, holding off Max Verstappen to take a thrilling victory in Melbourne. Now, with crashes, safety cars and changing conditions, the season opener was anything but predictable. I'm sure you were also at the edge of your seat. And right now, speaking about our seat on our couch, we have Sean Parker, motorsport journalist and broadcaster, joins us to chat about this weekend's opening race. Welcome back, Sean. How you doing?
Thanks so much. Yeah, good to be here.
You feeling good? You feeling excited?
Good. Yeah, after the first race, action-packed. There was the rain just made everything more exciting.
Right.
So there was a lot going on from the very first lap. Drivers getting all over the place.
Crazy.
So it was very difficult. It was a very, very good win. And the confidence going into China for next weekend is there.
Sure. Okay, let's talk about Piastri. What happened there? Because strong start, but maybe the tricky conditions kind of left him on at the back end.
As I mentioned, McLaren went into the weekend with the strongest package.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the end. So that, again, that just shows you, it was just really difficult, and it caught out a lot of drivers.
I do think about it when watching the race in these conditions. I wonder how much comes down to skill and how much comes down to sheer luck. I mean, what part does either of that play in this?
It's really just about not getting onto the throttle too harshly at certain corners, and that's where the race engineers and your spotters can really help you. But as I mentioned, Fernando Alonso, went off. Piastri went off. Carlos Sainz. These are very experienced, drivers at the top of their game. So I don't think that the rookies who found it really difficult would feel too bad, because it didn't really focus on one particular driver.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously there is a bit of luck, but you need to just keep your wits about you,
100%.
which is very, very difficult for me to say sitting on this couch.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's a combination of skill, which we know that they come through the ranks, and also just a tiny bit of luck.
Now the conditions, right? I mean, it was wet and wild. There were so many crashes. Do you think that threw some people off?
Yeah, absolutely. And whoever made it onto that faces, their relationship will get a bit better, their communication will get a bit better. And Hamilton obviously wants to prove himself. He's at the biggest team in Formula One. He's the biggest driver. When those two forces come together, obviously we hope that there's a good result.
Absolutely. Now, I do look at the rest of this and think, okay, if we're on the edge of our seats now, imagine what the rest of it's going to be like, and especially with Norris breaking Verstappen's dominance. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? What do you anticipate? Is it going to get a bit more competitive this time around?
It could go either way. I think that McLaren...
And who do you have your money on, by the way? If you could choose one.
Probably Lando Norris, yeah.
Lando Norris? Okay, well, if you too want to be like Lando Norris and feel like a champion so far, I've got some news for you. Thank you so much for that, Sean. Maybe you could also get your hands on some of this, because your Monday could be unforgettable when you play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed 500,000 Rand jackpot. So the question is, Mzansi, what are you waiting for? Play now, and you could make it rain lots of cash this March. How you do that is you buy your tickets now in store. You could head over to nationallottery.co.za. There is the mobile app, there is cell phone banking, or simply kick it old school and dial *120 *7529 hash, and that is for USSD. Now, all these details are, of course, on our social media pages. Go check them out, give us a follow, and then Panda Pusher Play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed 500,000 Rand jackpot. And you could win a big payday today. Imagine on the 17th of March. Why not? I'm sure you're welcoming in that money. And something else that you definitely want to welcome into your home is a delicious recipe. We are baking in the kitchen today. We are making a peach crumble muffin. Definitely a first time around for me. It's going to be juicy, it's going to be delicious, and definitely going to be added to your repertoire. We'll see you straight after this. It's my feel-good breakfast show. And just like that, you're right here on your feel-good breakfast show. We're going to continue down the avenue of sports because right now we've got to talk about from the netball court to the hockey field and the athletics track. These young athletes are making their mark. Now joining us are Eva Matai-Newkirk. We also have Faith Kapembe along with their coach Nadia van Adverpen to chat about their journey and also their incredible achievements and their ambitions. Ladies, welcome. How are you feeling this morning?
Good.
Good. Happy to be here. I know it's early, but you're probably used to the sacrifice of sleep anyway. Eva, I'm going to come to you first, okay? Because I'm so excited to know that you are just a woman, a girl, a woman in the making that has ticked so many boxes. I mean, from excelling in hockey and netball and athletics. That is crazy. What has been, I would say, your biggest challenge kind of balancing all of this together?
It was definitely being like very tired because I'm putting my everything into all my sports.
Yep.
So being very tired is one of them, and also time management because like on the weekend, like I'm tired, so I want to get rest.
Yes.
So I don't get time to practice and like time management, and also switching techniques and rules from hockey to netball. It's a lot because in the game, I must like remember, oh, it's not netball, it's hockey. So switching like the techniques and rules is kind of challenging.
Congratulations, my goodness. I don't know if I could. I used to do like road running, so there's like no skills needed there. So I'm so proud of you. And also you made the under-12 zonal hockey team. What a huge achievement. I mean, what's that experience been like?
It was really fun, overwhelming, but also quite scared because hockey is a dangerous sport. And I did doubt myself in the beginning, but then I realized, speaking to like my teammates at the zonal and speaking to my coach, I realized like I'm actually quite good at hockey, so I started putting like more effort into it, and I started like believing in myself. So then when the tournament came, it was raining, and I don't like playing in the rain. But then I was quite scared because hockey is obviously a dangerous sport. So, but then after my first game, I realized if I want to become a professional, I have to like put everything into it and I have to give it my all. And if I do get hurt, I get hurt now.
Come on, so, champion in the making. I love it. It is a mindset thing because you have to take yourself there, and it's worth the risk at the end of the day and the sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
So, Eva, congrats. Faith, I want to ask you just about, yes, it is you on the screen. She asked, is that me? Yes, it is you. Just about playing team sports. I mean, what do you love most about being on the field?
I think communication is one thing about being on the field, because if you don't know what's going on with your teammates, if you don't ask them, are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you like what you're doing right now? You're not going to know how they're feeling, and that just switches up the balance of where you are on the field, and that's not how you become successful.
Sure.
Communicating with your teammates is a very important thing, and then it's also fun because you get to learn different things about people, like, oh, you're very fast at this. You might not be good at this, but you can improve on it. And also, like meeting new people from other schools and different schools, you make like lifelong friendships that you wouldn't know that you would have.
You do, and also you have that foundation of loving the game of sports together, right? Now, I don't know if you can see this Expresso fan, but please can we zoom into the heavy blazers? These guys are so incredible. I mean, you guys are also head prefects, and I mean, I can hear the leadership within you already, but how do you also think that leadership really helps you in the world of sports?
Understanding someone's feelings is very important because you might not know how they're feeling in that moment or if they would like to do something different. So asking your teammates, let's say Eva, she's a very good center and we need, and someone else is playing center, but they might not be good at it. So you'll ask them, are you okay with switching with Eva? Because if you know about their feelings, it's okay to ask them, like, are you okay with doing this?
Right.
And if they're not, it's okay. But if they are, switching Eva would make the game like so much better and we'd become successful in it.
Absolutely. I always think the best leaders are actually the most empathetic people because you can meet them where they're at, put yourself in their shoes, and then make sure that you lead in that regard. So congrats to the two of you.
Thank
Coach,
you.
I'm looking at you. You're looking so proud. You are beaming just listening to these girls talk. I do want to ask you a little bit more about that balance that you strike between the physical demands and also the mental demands of the game.
So physically, I think it's about general fitness, first of all. And then also it's adaptability, obviously. But also we do train them doing drills. For example, fast feet. You do it in multiple sports. So this what you can do in netball. You can so easily carry over to other sports. And yes, I think it's all about the drills and the adaptability that they have. Like, for example, if you tell Eva, today you're playing goal shooter. Just for today. Eva will just suck it up and do it.
You say yes and you figure out the rest later.
Definitely. So yes, these girls are definitely very adaptable to wherever they are. And then obviously also it's the training of resting afterwards, after the training, resting to go to the next sport. And yes, just resting their bodies and keeping their bodies healthy, which they always do.
That's amazing. And being led by an incredible coach, right? Give it up for you too.
And then mentally, I think it's time management and being goal-orientated. Like if I tell them, you have this amount of time to do this drill and you need to be able to do this by the end of it. And they so easily adapt to that as well. So yes, mentally very strong.
Come on, guys, I'm literally taking notes from you because I also want to be an incredible, excellent person in my field, and your skills transfer this way too. All right, ladies, can we get into some kind of demo? I would love to bring Richard in as well, just to make sure that we all get this right. Hello, hello, hello. Where does one even begin when it comes to the passing game of hockey?
Yes, I think it all starts with the correct technique, the correct how to hold your stick correctly, how to place your feet. Once you got that, I think the spatial awareness comes in. Then you can identify space and move into that space correctly. But I think the biggest thing is correct grip, because obviously without the correct grip, you're not going to get it right.
Right.
So.
And it gets tough because, I mean, you're almost here, but you've got to watch the game, but look down at the same time.
Yeah, so it's that peripheral vision, that spatial awareness, knowing that when I've got the ball, I know already when I'm going to pass it.
Exactly.
It's the same with netball. Instead of going, I get the ball, now I need to look to see where I'm going. I should know where my pass is before I get it.
Thinking 5 steps ahead.
Yeah,
and reading the game.
The skills between netball and hockey in that term are very similar.
Yeah.
And I think these two girls have that under wraps already.
Well, I love that. Let's get into it. Let's see what you guys have for us today. Because I've heard things like quick pass, powerful hit, slick 1-2s, and I want to see exactly what that's about. So ladies, please take to the front.
So first of all, obviously, the correct grip. As you can see, Faith's got her right hand, her dominant hand at the bottom, nice and strong. Her left hand's actually, funny enough, going to do all the work.
Okay.
It sounds funny because she's right-handed. But her right hand's just there to guide the stick in the correct place. Her left hand's got everything going. As you can see, she moves the stick over around, so you can only use one side of the stick. And then, most importantly, her left foot is next to the ball, nice and close to the ball, and she's at a low position, and she's given the pass through to Eva.
And also bending down low, so you could use the bottom bit of the stick as well.
Yeah, so you can use the whole stick, and if your hand's on the stick, it's part of the stick, so it's another thing. And as you can see, Eva's getting nice and low. We play an Astro, so the ball doesn't bounce very much.
Right.
So it's important to get the whole stick behind the ball.
Amazing.
And
I literally only have experience being a goalie, so I wasn't even let on the field.
So Faith's actually our goalkeeper for the first team.
Oh, beautiful.
But, I mean, the skills are there. She needs some skills for both sports.
Oh, this is great. Now, is this called anything?
So this is just your normal push pass, just your normal 1-2 pass for your shorter passes. Obviously, if space we could show you more of their space. But obviously, I mean, the push pass is the most important pass.
Yes.
It actually can be quite a strong pass. You get the slap and you get the hit. So Eva's just going to, Faith, just come back a bit. Eva's just going to demonstrate a mini slap. So
Right, there goes the ball.
I did not supposed to catch that.
This is what you're saying when you say the danger lies here.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
The harder you hit that, the more force. Incredible.
So Faith, Eva, just wait there. Eva's just going to show us the slap from an Astro.
Okay.
So push it out behind you. Nice low stick. There we go. So obviously that's more of an Astro pass, because obviously you're going to get your holes, and it comes quite fast if it's space again. And then obviously you got a loft pass as well, a little flick, which will get up and over the ball. And Faith using her goalkeeping skills.
Yes, I love it. Sheesh. I'm wondering if I should try my hand at this. I feel like I should. I hear Lucian going, "Go, Carissa, go, Carissa." All right, Eva or Faith, whose stick am I taking?
Eva.
Yeah.
I think you can take mine because mine's a little bit taller.
Okay, a little bit taller. I mean, we're basically the same height. Right? Okay, so I'm holding like this.
Oh, so you want to get your body come around a bit more, your back towards the screen.
Back
I know that's not
towards that
natural.
screen?
The screen, yeah?
The screen.
There we go, and then you want to push it, get it forward, nice on your left foot.
Okay.
There we
Hey,
go,
the
a natural,
ball moves.
a natural, a natural.
It's born to be.
Now let's see. Okay, okay.
Again, get your feet around. Other
This
way.
way?
There we go, yeah,
There
to
you
your
go.
left.
Now, do I drag it or just kind of hit
So
it
yes,
like
you can
golf?
either. So if you hit like golf, that's more of a shot, like you're taking a goal. But if you're dragging it, you're pushing it to your player because you got more accuracy with that. So if you're taking a shot, you obviously want to get your stick off the ground and hit as hard as you can.
Woo. Be nice to me, Eva. Come on. Oh, okay. I got it. I got it.
There we go.
Listen, she is multi-talented. I'm just gaining inspiration from the girls here. Well done again. Congratulations, ladies. Eva, that's incredible, Faith. Such good things. More women in sports, please. This is what we're here for. This is what we're wanting. And I can't wait to see where the future of these young, bright stars are headed. Definitely keep your eyes on them. And of course, Berkeley Primary, very exciting things coming your way.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and right now we're giving you a full dose of that Feel Good because we're joined by the incredibly talented South African-born, Australian-raised singer-songwriter. His name is David Lazarus. Now, with his latest single called I Struck Gold With You, David brings us a heartfelt reflection on the profound impact of genuine connections, and we need more of that in this day and age. And as someone who's steadily built an audience with authentic and really soulful music, David is now reconnecting with his roots in South Africa. Welcome back. Zanzi has missed you. What is this? Don't stay away for too long again, David, okay?
Thanks so much. Thanks so much for having me, Carissa.
Of course, of course. You've mentioned that in your early years, you know, South Africa really had a big impact on who you are today, on the kind of boy child that grew into the man that you are. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah, so I spent the first 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
I grew up in Pretoria. And yeah, I have such strong roots here in South Africa, and I feel like definitely formed who I became as a person. And I have very fond memories of growing up here, and yeah, just so nice to be back and be sharing the music over here for sure.
Of course. Do you have any like very specific core memories that you can recall in South Africa? I know 10 years old, it's a bit of a while ago, but do you have any?
Yeah, absolutely. I have some great memories of like just growing up, childhood home, and I come from a big family, so I have 5 sisters.
Sure.
So 6 kids, and I just remember there was always music playing in the house, and that's I think on reflection, just having music playing in the house all the time, and also going on road trips with my family, and with my dad, we used to go on little road trips, and he introduced me to all his, you know, all around South Africa. He used to sort of take me around, and he introduced me to all his music, you know, Simon & Garfunkel and Fleetwood Mac and The Police, and I think, you know, looking back, that was kind of what started my love for music.
Sure.
And also, you know, being able to go explore South Africa, there's a lot of core memories over there for sure.
Can I just say your dad's got taste? Because wow, that is incredible. I love me some
agree.
Simon and Garfunkel. Which leads us to your musical journey. I mean, your latest single is absolutely incredible, so heartfelt as well. And I think it really does speak to connection, which in this day and age, like I mentioned earlier, we're missing almost, right? When it comes to human beings and touch pointing with one another. So tell me a bit more about the inspiration behind it. I heard something about Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Tell me
so
more.
I did a bit of traveling around Southeast Asia, some solo traveling last year. And along my travels, I met someone who I connected really well with, and we decided to do a bit of traveling together.
Sure.
And it was such a lovely time, but you know, as all good things do, we had to, we had to part ways at some point. And it was a few days after she had left. I was sort of sitting down, and there was a specific sunset spot we used to go to a few times. And I was sort of just sitting out, and from being together, and now I was just by myself, and I was kind of sitting there feeling a bit sad. But just sort of looking out and reflecting on the time and realizing the impact that she had sort of made on me. And so I wrote a letter to her, and I started writing about exactly how I was feeling in that moment, and just realized that, you know, sometimes you come across people who are just an absolute gem. So this song is kind of celebrating exactly that. Those people in your life who come into your life and they make a huge impact, and that's what this. It's a really feel-good song about that.
Absolutely. I always wonder with something like this, is it almost a way to signal that maybe there can be a part 2? Look, I've written this song about you. Or is it a cathartic moment of letting go?
It's funny, this song was a bit of both. At the time, I didn't know what was going to be in the future, but all I knew is that in that moment exactly how I was feeling, and I wanted to express that. And yeah, so it's like a bittersweet feeling, exactly that.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. I know that you've performed with incredible South African artists. I mean, Matthew Mole, definitely one of my favorite guys. Also, Josh Radin. And I wonder, you know, if you had a highlighted performance, what really stands out for you? I know there've probably been a lot, but is there anything that you go, that's the one?
I'd probably say, so only a couple months ago, I had the absolute honor of supporting Matthew Mole.
Sure.
And it was in a very random place. It was in Sri Lanka, where I was doing, we were both doing some touring, and ended up, I was invited to support him, which was an absolutely, it was an amazing experience. And honestly, that was such a moment for me, just watching him do his thing, and the way he just interacted with the crowd, and I was very, very inspired. So I'd say the most recent one was definitely supporting Matthew, for sure.
Sri Lanka is crazy. I don't know, I was not expecting you to say that. Are there any surprising moments that you had in Sri Lanka? I mean, I've never been.
It's the most underrated. I think, like, at the moment, it's a place the time to go is right now.
Okay.
Because I feel like in the next few years, people are going to discover how amazing it is.
Right, it's still a hidden gem to
I'd say so,
I'd say so,
absolutely. And it's just, oh, there's so many great moments. But it's got everything. You've got, like...
Good food.
Great food, you got great surf, you got just waterfalls, you got hikes, you got absolutely everything. I feel like I'm getting paid by Sri Lanka tourism.
Get them his money. I love that. It's definitely now going to be put on my bucket list. Sri Lanka, we're coming your way. But tell me a little bit more about the EP and the South African tour on the horizon in light of us seeing you perform today.
Yes, I'm busy working on an EP at the moment, and do have plans to come and do some touring in South Africa later in the year, maybe in the summer. So, yeah, everything, I can't really be saying too much at the moment, but that's the game plan.
Sheesh, David. Okay, holding his cards to his chest. We'll leave it at that. One thing we will get to experience, though, Expresso fam, we have an absolute treat awaiting you. David's going to be performing a couple of songs for us, hopefully including that song that we struck gold with you. So we'll see you in just a bit. For now, though, we'll make him something sweet in the kitchen. Graham, what do you have for us?
Oh, you've earned this at the very least. Yes, we are going to start to open our account in style this morning. Imagine biting into a soft, fluffy muffin bursting with juicy peaches, topped with a buttery cinnamon crumble, a topping that adds the perfect crunch. If that sounds delicious, well, stay tuned, because we're about to show you exactly how to make it and attempt to make it ourselves. And I won't be doing this alone. Carissa will be joining me in just a moment. If you are intimidated by creating muffins or cupcakes, don't be. You can have so much fun, and it's a lot more forgiving than you think. And if you're packing for school lunches over the week, this is a great way to get the kids on board. Let them help you in the beginning of the week, then they are guaranteed to eat throughout. And of course, my very able friend, you sauntered.
Nice.
You just sauntered.
Must be nice, Mr. Graham Ritchie.
Okay, you counted my saunter with a saunter. Okay, so I'll take it. We're going to be sauntering our way into this week, and I'm here for that. I love you, my friend. How are you?
I didn't get to have a sip of tea. I'm sure it was a bit dry there, Graham.
There was a lot of spilling tea over there, or that lack thereof. I'd hate to play poker with him, hey? I think it would be...
He's got his cards right
very
here.
close, man, but I love that. I think he's heard about our show. So the one thing that we're not keeping secret is how to make amazing muffins. How good do they look?
I just want to bite into it.
I know,
right
and
now.
you can crunch. So I'm going to take care of the more difficult part.
Yes, please. I think that only
No, it really
makes sense.
isn't. You're going to be doing the difficult part, which is the crumb. No, it's just the messy part.
Okay.
This is what we're looking for in the end. You're going to use your fingers. We are crumbling our butter, our brown sugar, and our cinnamon together.
Got you.
And how amazing is that as a crunch?
Jeez,
on the
3
top,
ingredients.
it's just going to finish it off. I'm going to start with the wet. So we've got 2 eggs.
Okay.
So I spent the day at Kenilworth yesterday.
Okay.
With Zanele, who's just absolutely amazing.
And it was her birthday on Saturday.
It was, and I could tell. Shane, poor girl, was like a trooper yesterday, powering through a very hot day. But so many people coming up to chat to us.
Oh.
Talk about getting dressed in the morning. They absolutely love dressing you. It's like you're everybody's favourite Barbie doll. Okay, so we're going to continue #fashion poll forever, which I absolutely love. And people love cooking with us.
Yes.
You don't understand the amount of people. So to everyone, to all the aunties especially, who stopped me yesterday because they love cooking with us, I love cooking with you even more, and her, because she cries when we cook.
And the tears are already rolling, but also because I'm learning how to cook. I mean, I'm trying to get to that auntie status where I'm like, okay, now I can make a crumble with my eyes closed.
You
and we
literally
can
can.
make
Close your eyes. No, you're going to change the motif if you close your eyes while making a crumble, eh?
Could have a ghost moment.
Yeah, exactly. It changes the vibe and the tone completely. Check, now I'm dropping my ingredients and my stuff. So we've got our wets on the go. We've got our sugar and our eggs. Now we're going to include our oil.
Delicious.
And it's been recommended to me many times to start with the wet and then introduce to the dry, as opposed to just minging everything in.
Yeah.
If you're doing it with your kids, it doesn't matter. You're going to have a mess either way. So just go with it. Just let go of your A-type personality for 5 minutes.
I like the inclusion of cinnamon everywhere.
Oh,
adds the warmth and adds to the peachy flavour. Like, incredible.
Completely, girl.
I will admit this does not look like the end result, but we're
it's getting there.
maybe.
Just you got to put more love. I
Okay,
think
more
maybe
love,
you're not
more love.
infusing as much love and enthusiasm. It's a Monday, I get that.
We're doing it.
I'll put a little bit of vanilla extract in, and then, of course, as you said, the perfect counterbalance, the foil for the peachy flavour. We are putting more cinnamon in there. And it's as simple as that. And you see, you don't need an expensive mixing machine.
You just need a Graham Riches. That's all you need.
Or you need them long fingers and those nails,
nails.
which I'm dying to see the nails now. If they had an update, because I might just have ruined them in one foul swoop. It's the ultimate test. And then I'm thinking, would you consider half of these peaches wet or dry? Tough, I know.
At the moment, those are juicy peaches. Wait, did we get rid of the syrup?
So we have gotten rid of the syrup because it's going to make the mixture very loose and runny. So we want the pockets of beautiful juiciness. We want it to caramelize a little bit as well.
Okay.
Now, I asked that because we've got to add a half before and then a half after. So now, do I add it to the dry or do I add it to the wet? I don't think it really matters, to be quite honest. We're just being silly, but now we're going to add wet and dry together, and then we're going to fold in half of our peaches because we want those little pockets, those golden nuggets within, and then we're going to put the rest on top.
I love this.
And it really is...
Do you bake often with your kids?
Not at all. No, what we've started doing, and albeit Lynn's is driving the process, making a massive batch of relatively healthy muffins at the beginning of the week as their special treat. So something that they're invested in, that they've had a hand in making. They absolutely love that.
Yeah, I think you could freeze those as well if you want to keep it for longer.
You sound like my mother. At the moment.
I'm getting into the auntie status.
She would have frozen this. We would have been defrosting our cupcake holders right now if you were my mom. Okay.
Let's do it.
Do you know how many times... No, wait. Okay, no, it's fine.
No, tell me.
It's fine. We're going to put in half of these into there.
Oh, I thought we
just
already
mix them through.
Okay.
I don't think it really matters.
That's what this is for.
But it's okay. I think it's fine to do it your way because...
Okay,
you know, your way is your way and it's special.
It's the only way.
Exactly. Now we're going to mix that through, fold it in nicely. And now you can start blobbing this into our little ramekins. And then a little bit of our crumble on top.
Now, the question is always, how much do you put in because they rise, don't they?
They do. You will inevitably get it wrong. I reckon about halfway, but it's up to you. Do you want a voluptuous muffin that is kind of really introducing itself to the world?
It's the only time I like a muffin top.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe embrace it. Maybe we can embrace our muffin top on a Monday. We can, in fact, hashtag Muffin Top Monday. Okay? I love that. No, it's up to you. And I think the joy of a muffin is it can be quite rustic, especially these, because we've got quite a rustic finish with the crumble and the peach on top. You do you, boo, and you can find it. Expressoshow.com is where we house all of the recipes. And the amount of people, once again, who said thank you for the cooking expertise. So on behalf of Tiff and our amazing kitchen team, thank you so much for pouring all of that into us. I think we have learned a little bit by osmosis.
You know what I'm saying? Sticking around long enough and you'll pick up something at least. I mean,
man, look at that.
Maybe
almost even got it in the ramekin. So that's the bottom line. Simple and easy to make, absolutely delicious. And I think the finish of that crispy cinnamon crumb on another level.
Lovely.
Well
Speaking about delicious, David Lazarus is still here with a wonderful list of performances that he's got to do for us. Can't wait for that Australian meets South African inspired music. It's going to be fantastic.
I like them. That's the official dance that you do
to all of his music.
And then, some very important updates to be bringing you as well in just a moment. But you've got enough time to just let the beautiful baking smells start permeating through your house.
Yes,
because these are going in the oven. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. We promised you a stellar start to the week, and you're going to get that right now. Taking to the stage right now to perform a track, and I Struck Gold, and the soundtrack is absolutely amazing. You are in for a treat. It is David Lazarus. Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is his.
Hey, I'm David Lazarus, and this is my song called I Struck Gold with You.
These sunsets feel different without you. This tame was set for two, and I'm all alone. Wish you would come back home. Feels I lost me. The world was just us two. Now it's not the same without you. And this time away got me feeling that I struggle with you, and I struggle with you. I struggle with you, and I struggle with you. It's funny life works sometimes. Every day all on my own. Nobody to share my home. How everything with you is better. So I sit down and write this letter. These sunsets feel different without you, and this day was set for two, and I'm all alone. Wish you were coming back home. It feels I lost me. The world was just us two. Now it's not the same without you. And this time away got me feeling, darling, that I struggle with you, and I struggle with you. I struggle with you, and I struggle with you. Yeah, I struggle with you. And I struggle with you. Yeah, I struggle with you. I struggle with you. Yeah, I struggle with you. And I struggle with you.
Absolutely beautiful. That is how you set the tone for the week. Take a bow, young man. Absolutely beautiful. We're not going to let him go anywhere. The stage is his for the rest of this Monday morning. But of course, we do have official duties to get into. Just a couple of minutes before 7 o'clock, let's dive into our national news first. And we start with the 14th International Water Association Conference on Water Reclamation and Reuse. And it's currently underway in Cape Town, bringing together global experts to discuss sustainable water solutions. So scientists, engineers and policymakers are meeting at the Cape Town International Convention Centre to tackle water security challenges. With South Africa's natural dryness and Cape Town's past droughts, the city is now planning one of the world's largest water reuse facilities. The conference highlights years of research aiming to drive transformation, innovation and community empowerment. Now, International Relations Minister Ronald Lamola says Pretoria remains committed to direct diplomatic engagement with the US, emphasizing dialogue over public disputes. Now, his remarks follow the expulsion of Ambassador Ebrahim Rasool, who has until next Friday to leave the US. Rasool, dismissed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio over webinar remarks, remains optimistic about SA's resilience. Lamola insists the US remains a key trading partner, urging open communication. He rejects, quote, Twitter diplomacy, favoring face-to-face discussions to resolve concerns and strengthen ties. Now, continuing on the international front, the United States will continue its military campaign against Yemen's Houthis until they stop attacking shipping key waterways. And this is according to U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. He announced this yesterday. So the strikes, which killed at least 31 people on Saturday, are the target or the largest U.S. operation in the Middle East since January. And in response, the Houthis have threatened escalation, more reports of missile and drone attacks on U.S. vessels. Now, earlier, President Trump warned Iran to stop supporting the Houthis or face U.S. retaliation, while Iran's top military commander has vowed a decisive response if threats were indeed carried out. Now, French prosecutors have launched an investigation into Total Energies over allegations of manslaughter and failure to assist during a 2021 jihadist attack in Mozambique. Now, the attack in Palma, near the company's gas infrastructure, resulted in numerous civilian deaths, and survivors and victims' families filed a complaint in France accusing the firm of neglecting subcontractor safety. Now, Total Energies, denying wrongdoing, confirmed the probe and stated that its Mozambique LNG teams had indeed provided emergency aid and evacuated over 2,500 people. The preliminary inquiry follows growing scrutiny over corporate responsibility in conflict zones like these. Now we round off with an incredible story, really. And this one coming from Ethiopia, in fact, a stunning story of tradition and unity. Now, thousands gathered in southern Ethiopia for the Grand Gada ceremony last week, a vibrant cultural event held every 8 years for centuries and now recognized by UNESCO. So the Borana people celebrated the peaceful transfer of power to their new Abba Gada, 37-year-old Guyo Boru Guyo, chosen for his wisdom since youth. Now, women played a vital role building shelters and preparing meals, and young initiates training since childhood observed closely, knowing one among them would rise in 2033. What a journey. With song, dance and dazzling traditional attire, the festival was a joyful reaffirmation of heritage, democracy and resilience in a drought-prone land where leadership ensures survival. I think we can all take a leaf. And that, on that very positive note, is where we leave our news headlines. Let's see if the sport has as much promise. Let's start with the silverware first. Newcastle stunned Liverpool with a 2-1 victory in the League Cup final, securing their first major trophy since 1969. Dan Byrne, the boy from Blythe, his opener and Alexander Isak's second half strike, stealing a historic win at Wembley. Federico Chiesa's late goal, not enough for Liverpool, as Eddie Howe's side claimed their first domestic silverware since the 1955 FA Cup. And you could see on the faces of the fans in that stadium, and in fact throughout Newcastle, what that meant. Now let's stay with footballing news. Relo Bechile Mafokeng's early double secured a 2-1 victory for Orlando Pirates over Mamelodi Sundowns in a crucial Betway Premiership clash yesterday. So the win narrows the gap to 15 points and avenges their heavy 4-1 defeat last month. Now with 4 games in hand, the Buccaneers keep their slim title hopes alive in that race for league glory. That one we included just for Brian here on our set. Now let's turn to rugby, and top honours once again go to France. They sealed the Six Nations crown with a 35-16 dominance over Scotland, edging England by a single point in the final standings. Les Bleus claiming their first title since 2022 with a bonus point win in Paris. And then England's 68-14 demolition of Wales kept the race tight, certainly put their hand up, while Ireland's 22-17 victory over Italy fell short of title contention. So congratulations, Les Bleus. And now we hit the water, or the waves to speak. Louise Lepront and Connor Slishpen, they claimed a victory at the WSL QS SA Open of Surfing in challenging conditions at Pollock Beach. So Lepront edging Natasha van Greunen in a high-energy women's final, while Slishpen, she secured the first QS title with a composed win over Luc Lepront. So congratulations. Heard it really was tough out there, earning their stripes. And that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. Let's see if the roads have woken up.
Thank you, G-Man. Let's head into the roads for the first time this morning, and we touched down in two places. Starting out in Cape Town in Plattekloof, there has been a crash on the N1 inbound before the ramp to Plattekloof. Now, the centre lane is closed, so do proceed with caution and expect delays if you're headed out that way. There is also a stationary vehicle at the N2 inbound at ramp from Spine Road. Now, the ramp lane is obstructed, so do plan your route accordingly, as delays, as you can imagine, are expected. Now we touch down in Gauteng, out in Germiston, where there's been a crash on the N12 westbound before Galuli's. Now the centre lane is closed, so expect delays along this route. And wherever you do go, please drive safely. We want you to arrive alive. That's where we leave your roads. Let's head into your weather. Now in your weather news, this past week has seen KwaZulu-Natal battered by heavy rain and storms, and today looks set to be no different. eThekwini Metro Mayor Cyril Ntuli confirmed that a state of disaster has been declared to assist affected communities. Now the floods, which have caused significant damage to homes and infrastructure, have also resulted in fatalities. This follows two previous floods earlier this year. Meanwhile, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms, expecting localized flooding and damage across parts of KwaZulu-Natal, Mpumalanga and the Northern Cape. Now we've got to get into that sunrise view of the hour, and who could it be? None other than Amanda, sending this beautiful view straight from St. James to your screen. Absolutely beautiful, Amanda. I'm really hoping you also did a bit of a cold water dip this morning. I know only 22 degrees is your high on your side of the country, but that view is sure inviting. Absolutely stunning. Thank you so much, Amanda, and we wish you a beautiful rest of your Monday. And to you too, Mzansi, if you'd like to share your morning views with us, we definitely encourage that behavior. 0634088863 is the number to get in touch as we head into your temperatures for today. Dive straight into this bed, absolutely. If you could feel what I'm feeling now, my goodness. But we'll get into all those details in just a little bit as we delve into your autumn and winter updates to your home and your bathrooms. We have Jean Dumini who's going to be just taking us through the goodness. Not only that, we're celebrating 10 years along with Amoya Performing Arts, and we can't wait to show you something so special that lies for you on the other side of this Expresso fam. I think it's about time that you can grab your breakfast now, and then make sure you come right back straight after this.
Only you can make my day.
If you died today, what talents, what voice, what stories will die with you?
We choose to dance.
Pull up.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. As we head into another transitional season, we want to make sure that you are sorted. And we want you to layer up with ultra-soft brush bedding, plush blankets, and cozy throws, as well as trendy scatter cushions. Now, architectural designer Zondo Mini's in the building, here to share expert tips on transitioning into the season of longer nights and shorter days. We can't deny it. It is coming. Autumn is knocking. So let's discover how we can refresh our bedroom and also our bathrooms to create a warm and inviting retreat for the cooler months that lie ahead. We're trying to hold on to summer's on, but I mean, we got to let it go at some point.
We got to let it go at some point, exactly, sadly.
Sadly, we really do. But I do want to know about some key elements that we can maybe include when we do have a bit of a refresh in our homes.
Absolutely, Carissa, just like you said, we're now wanting to cocoon and nurture.
Yes.
So there's a real focus on just comfort, on healing, on the feeling of nature. We want to just like cocoon ourselves up and make ourselves feel well and happy.
I love that.
And that's how we are looking at bedrooms and bathrooms at the moment. We're seeing these trends come through.
Yeah. Speaking about trends, I'm very curious to hear more about the trends coming up. AW25, what can we expect?
So, bridging on that and the wanted, that sanctuary feeling, we're seeing a lot of beautiful sage colors coming through. That's your nature that's trying to show in our bedrooms and bathrooms.
Yeah.
We're seeing beautiful olives, which are, again, grounding us. So that's bringing in your deeper colors and throws and things like that. Textures, all sorts of textures, soft, brushed. We're seeing a beautiful nod to shapes. I think that's, again, got to do with nature. So we're looking at beautiful ribbed textures. You're seeing them on blankets, on candles, on canisters. And so all of these are adding to that feeling of nature inside, wellness, cocooning, and just wrapping yourself up in being in, as you say, in a little bit of the longer night.
I love that, and I definitely want to cuddle up in all of this because the texture is so
It is so beautiful. I mean, feel how soft this is. It honestly feels unreal. Hey,
unreal. Imagine just having that rub up against your skin. Absolutely stunning. And I also love that gone are the days of matchy to the T.
Absolutely.
It's just about picking up colors and then adding some interest in the textures too.
And it's, it's neutral colors. So again, we speak about this often, but they have longevity.
Yes.
You buy some neutrals this season and it'll last, because then you can use update colors, like the olives that are bringing you back into the colors of the season.
Definitely, just adding those one or two things to really spruce up the space. And I love the fact that we've carried that theme into the bathroom as well. You did mention the ribbing detail, and I'm seeing it also here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The ribbing, again, I think it's again, a nod to nature and some of the textures we see on shells and things like that.
Yeah.
And we're seeing these, it's been so cleverly brought into our towels. Again, we love our towels, and a towel update has got such a sanctuary feel.
Absolutely.
So anything that is sustainable, like the Woolworths towels are, that can be chucked into the washing machine.
Yeah.
And we've got beautiful bamboo towels and beautiful sages. And again, your bathroom and your bedroom work together. So having a beautiful bamboo sage color towel in your bedroom, it doesn't disturb the bedroom look. And we always love neutrals. So a white towel will just carry you through seasons.
I love this. Okay, so talk to me about tips on layering, because I'm seeing lots of cushions. We've got the throws on the bed as well. What are some of the tips we can grab from you when coming to that?
So again, we're creating a cocoon and a sanctuary. So just layer it up. You want different options for an afternoon snooze, for an evening book. And throws can be taken from one room to the other. So from a couch to your bed, layer things up with different textures. So textures actually also just add interest to the eye. So here we're seeing these beautiful soft textures against the more woven, then again against the linens. And layering that up is going to give you a real sense of, how do you say, like a hotel feel. And your room should be your safe hotel space.
We spend so much of our time there. I mean, I'm always so shocked by the fact that a third of our lives is spent sleeping.
Absolutely.
And add in some more hours for napping, because we definitely encourage that. And you want it to feel like a sanctuary and a bit of a spa moment just for you. you.
Fully. And
treat yourself.
And your bed is a big part of your room.
Right.
I mean, it's a big element in your room.
Yes.
So really think of dressing it up. And scatters and throws are such an easy way to really add that layer and that interest.
Azan, here's the question, because yes, the scatters and throws are beautiful. What's the rule when sleeping? Do we chuck them off the bed and go to sleep, or do we hug a pillow as we get into bed?
I think this is an interesting question. Some people have their ritual of taking their pillows off and rearranging them somewhere else. I think, you know, I'm more of like just jump in the middle of all of them.
Jump into it,
yeah,
dive right in.
With your towels and your throws and your scatters.
And your
just
candle.
Like hide yourself and your candle. Exactly.
Be enveloped in the warmth and goodness. I love it. Some easy updates that we can maybe incorporate even today. I know that you did mention, you know, just switching up the towel could definitely make a difference.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah, so in your bathroom, refreshing your towels, adding a key element, even if it's in a hand towel, you know, again, the Woolworths towels that are so easy to use. And then again, in your bathrooms, those ribbed little details, whether it's just a little canister for your toothbrush and so on.
Right.
A faux flower too that you can add natural flowers to, so it just gives you that filler. And then yes, just don't be shy of buying a new scatter, adding a candle to your bedroom, because this is when it's really the time that we want to create that sanctuary, and summer's sadly disappearing.
Exactly. We're grieving. Allow us to have some retail therapy, okay? We are allowed. And do know that you can shop this newest collection. Yes, it is available to you on store, online, and on the app. Of course, you can see where Woolies is going to be this coming season. Their homeware is what you need in your houses to Expresso fam. So happy shopping.
I think after the sixth row, it becomes a Christmas bed, and everyone is welcome. I have a feeling we're going to find the whole set sleeping on this bed in just a moment. But we're going to keep it on the interior, and it is a brand new week and another episode of Plascom Handy Heroes, and we love it. The team at Kloppers Bloemfontein in the Free State, they are delivering some top-notch service, sharing their go-to paint choice, why preparation is absolutely everything. So get ready for some expert tips to help you achieve a flawless finish that lasts.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy heroes come from Kloppers Bloemfontein in the Free State, a member of Paint Club.
To tell you more about the store, it's a family business. Started by our late parents in 1967, and then complement of about 500 staff, very good staff, part of the family, so that is it. But basically a family-owned business. What makes me proud of the store is that the fact that everybody in the store buys into the culture of the business too. The service culture is so important to us. That's really what we can do better than the others. So we thrive on that we offer the best possible service and after service. We don't say we're the best, but we certainly got something very special in our hardware. You know, it's a proper old school hardware store with very much detail under the shelves, and our ranges are, I think, a bit more than most of the competitors.
I think if you do your preparation right, then it's the best paint to put on as a top coat, and you've got everything in Plascon. I think Micatex for exterior paint is the best product in the whole range because it's flexible and it's a very strong paint. Preparation is the main thing before you start painting. If your preparation is right, then there won't be comebacks.
Today's Handy Heroes is powered by Plascon Wall and All. Unmatched dirt, stain, water and fade resistance to keep your walls beautiful for years. Plascon, together we've got this.
We told you we would do it, and here we are, enveloped in this goodness because autumn winter is knocking. We've got the jacket on, and listen, the plush. It's the plush for me.
I'm worried there's a 45-degree angle here. If I pass it, I'm never going to come back up again. That's it. I'm going to be lost.
I won't blame you at all.
To the texters, this is the most comfortable space I've been in, and it's good because you're going to need to kind of brace yourself for an emotional punch in the gut. We're going to be connecting with the Amoya Foundation, who have been using the arts and dance movement and I think a lot of love to transform lives for 10 years, and they have got an incredible celebration for this milestone heading to the Artscape. So I cannot wait
and also maybe we treat ourselves some more.
Okay.
Some panna cotta.
All right.
Absolutely delicious with some tinned fruit, fruit compote, if you will. It's going to be coming your way.
Who's bringing the breakfast in bed, though?
Lucian.
Now, you are a bit more... Lucian?
Lucian will do it while we get ready.
It's not
to
working.
nap.
I mean, I thought this would work. Maybe after the break. We'll see you now. One more.
Win a Toyota Corolla Cross 1.8 XS Hybrid with Plascon's 2025 Hybridity Color Forecast Competition. Spend 500 Rand or more on any Plascon products. WhatsApp your receipt, name and ID to this number. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. I think you can see how excited I am to be discussing this incredible organization. For a decade now, the Amoyo Performing Arts Foundation has been transforming lives one step, one note, and one performance at a time. And what a mark they have made as they celebrate their 10th anniversary with what sounds like a breathtaking production, Stargazing at the Artscape. We are refinding a little bit more about their incredible story of resilience, of passion, clearly, and artistic excellence that has now shaped this remarkable journey. And joining us on the couch to take us inside are the co-founders, Kim Conley, Mandisa Kwesha, and Nandipa Santlana, to share more about this milestone moment. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I feel like putting you on a stage in the Artscape, because that's a big thing.
Yes.
That is massive. Yes. So I know that's one part of this incredible story, but let's not forget the 10 years that have brought us to this part. So I'm going to walk down the line here. Kim, maybe I can start with you. A bit of background into the organization for those who don't know what you do. How do you guys roll?
We roll at a very fast speed.
With little legs and little feet,
First of all, thank you so much for having us here this morning.
Absolute pleasure.
10 years ago, we joined forces, and we are all professionals in the performing arts industry.
Brilliant.
Dancing, African genres, contemporary, fusion, djembe drumming, pansula, gumboot, amapiano.
You try and come up with a genre that they haven't got covered. I love that.
And then I brought in the speech and drama and the singing and musical theatre side, not as strongly as I would have liked to, because we have all had to juggle many, many balls over the years.
In a perfect world, sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. we had a vision of churning out the most talented children in South Africa, which I think we're close on that anyway. But actually,
you will see in a moment, yeah.
But actually, the core mission changed very quickly when we realized that understanding of core values, commitment, lack of confidence in communication, not saying please and thank you, and just looking at the struggle, the state of the nation, where are the biggest problems? What are the children not getting enough of to make a real stand as somebodies in the world?
Completely.
And so we really looked at what can we do on a daily basis, starting lessons with explaining what gratitude is. So Amoyo means spirit of appreciation. Our whole philosophy is let's start with, first of all, what can we be grateful for? Let's focus on what we do have and what we don't have. Teaching our children not to use us as a drop-in center, respecting teachers, respecting each other, respecting oneself, and respecting the donors who make this possible. That our children can't go through life thinking, let me just take when it suits me, because that's not going to stand you in life as an adult. You've got to show up for yourself.
If anything,
And you'll see, and this is what blew me away, not really having an understanding of the potential and power of the African genres. I'm the first to admit it. The level of training that specifically my co-founders give is mind-blowing.
World-class, yeah.
Because we don't have studios. We don't have endless rehearsal time. We don't have luxuries of time. And we have to do everything in our power to give professional first-world education
every second,
every single second.
You know, as you're speaking here, I'm thinking critical thinking. I'm hearing soft skills development.
Yes.
We are talking about pinnacle kind of human currency elements here that are vital to be successful in life. And you're able to achieve this by pushing these kids through quite an intense gateway, I would imagine.
Yes.
But you're proving that we can go from the base level of life in South Africa to the pinnacle of achievements. And that's what the arts can give us.
Absolutely.
Impact. Mandi, talk me through what happens in the kids when this happens, when they get introduced into this space.
Well, at Amoyo, we strive to make our children, first of all, feel welcome, that they belong, and we try to instill in them that it is a safe space for them. So they come there, from the moment they get in, the excitement is there, the smiles, and when they come in and then they see us, there's most of them, especially the primary kids, they come there very early, even though the class starts at 3, some of them are there at 1:30. Because they just can't wait. They're just that excited to get into the class and to start dancing. Like Kim said, we lure them in with the dancing because that's what they love. And then when we get to know them, then we realize, this is what we need to do more for these kids.
And sometimes the brain can't understand.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Sometimes we don't have the tools to be able to work through something, but we move through it and we start processing. What are we going to be processing? How are we going to be bringing this all together in stargazing? An incredible moment on stage at the Artscape Theatre, guys.
Yeah, so with stargazing, what we wanted to do was we wanted to tell, first of all, the story of Amoyo, where it started from, the journey, and where we are right now. And through that, we also wanted to tell the story of a child that starting at Amoyo, what they can expect. So with stargazing, we have Nhlanhla that plays Shakira, and Shakira is just a normal teenager who comes home from school and then changes bags from a school bag to her dance bag, and then she goes to the dance class, and on her way she encounters these boys, street boys, and they start questioning about what she's wearing and why she's wearing it. So she starts to educate them by telling them that this is meant for this type of dance, contemporary, ballet, and all this, and these boys are so, what do you mean? What is contemporary? Like, what is ballet? So what happens is, while she's educating them, the audience get educated, especially coming from I would say the black community, because our parents really don't know what that is.
Yeah, you don't know.
They've never heard of ballet, they've never heard of contemporary. So even though she's educating them, the audience also get to listen to, so this is what they're talking about.
I love it. And young people then get to see themselves represented
Exactly.
in this narrative in a way that,
100%.
that helps them understand doors are going to be kicked down, glass ceilings are going to be smashed.
That's the aim.
I look back over my own career that started as a teenager. My core memories are on stage, as a child acting on stage. There is something so powerful about that moment. What difference do you see in the children when they're in this space? Because often I would imagine this is set against a very challenging background. They've got to step out of one reality and into a very different space. What's that like for them? What reaction do you see?
To use them, you see, now that they're doing that Stargaze performances, so it's most of them is going to be the first time to be on stage. They've never been on stage, especially in theater. So it's mind-blowing because they are happy to be on stage, and we make sure that each and every child get a chance to be on stage. Doesn't matter if they don't know what they're doing, but we'll push and make sure each and every child get a space to be shine on stage.
And
We
get
want
their
them to
space.
shine.
Yeah, exactly, and get their space in the world. Because if they haven't tasted it, haven't felt it, how do they take ownership of that?
Yeah.
I would imagine you guys are reaching for resources all the time. Where are the major pressure points? Where do you need help?
The major pressure points.
All right.
Shall we just take over the show?
Yes.
How do I count the ways? We have very little funding at the moment. We offer 38 classes a week.
Sure.
From grade 1 to matric. We are a professional organisation. We have to run as a business. And it is due to the world climate that a lot of funding hasn't materialised in the last 12 months. Sadly, we've also been let down without given notice. And if somebody says they're going to pledge, whether it's 50 Rand or 100,000 Rand...
That's accounted for, yeah.
That is accounted for. And a lot of people come and visit and say, oh, we're going to support, and then we never hear from them again. And it's been very heartbreaking. It's been incredibly hard, especially as we made it through COVID.
I know, yeah, you
grace
feel like the
of
worst is behind
the
us.
universe. We made it through COVID. We're at a critical stage now where we do have a reputation, and I like to think that it's a wonderful one.
For sure.
We're just about to sign on the dotted line for land that the city is granting us to build a mobile facility, so mobile classrooms that we can have all our classes on one site, which will allow us to get revenue from visiting tourists that we can't have now. We'll be able to have a feeding program, which we don't have kitchen facilities at the moment.
Sure.
We'll be able to allow external children who want to pay. We've got a lot of children in Hout Bay whose parents are able to contribute and they want to join our
commercialise this
programs.
in the right
so
kind of way,
we can
for
open up a
sure.
few spots in every class, which is going to bring in collaboration. It's going to be so diversity within the
real-time
classroom.
community
Real-time
connection, for
community.
sure. I get that.
We want to start the children on computer skills. We get so many opportunities or offers of volunteerism. We can't accept that volunteerism. We've got people who want to come and tutor and do reading, and we can't. So we are looking, please consider MYO for a small or monthly donation or corporate social responsibility.
I know some people in building, I know some people in solar, I know some people who are looking for this kind of purpose-driven connection to community. So I think if anything, don't lose heart, because as much as, yes, we are going through a very difficult globally, I think when it comes to this kind of investment in the social space, I've also seen from my little place here that there is a lot more interest in the social development space, because that's where the magic is happening and the real growth opportunities are. So thank you so much. How do we get tickets? How do we get tickets and support?
We are selling tickets at every Pick and Pay store.
Brilliant.
Web Tickets is the main ticket provider.
Yes.
You just go to Web Tickets, you find stargazing, and we've made tickets 180 Rand for the 2 evening performances. And because we really want as many children to come and be inspired and influenced and moved and educated, this is a really good learning opportunity for schools to bring groups as
like
well.
a living workshop. I like it.
Yeah. And so the Saturday afternoon show is 80 Rand per ticket.
Wow. If you're looking for your first foray into the corporate sponsorship space, I would suggest connecting with the school, expose them to other young people and what they can do, the potential when they start stargazing for real. And we're going to give you a chance to do a little stargazing in a moment. We have got the young children, the real stars of the show, ready to perform. Are they ready for the artscape? We'll find out in just a moment.
Yes. So cute. If only you could see the little ones running around. It's made all of our mornings that much better. But right now we're back into the kitchen because we've got to make something delicious. And this is a classic Italian treat, meets fruity goodness. It's a panna cotta with tinned apricot compote, and it is fuss-free, which is definitely my kind of dessert. It definitely delivers on a restaurant quality flavor and looks from the comfort of your own kitchen. And we have brought David here to continue cooking because I heard you're such an expert in the kitchen.
Whew. All right, I feel sorry for anyone having eaten my food.
Okay, you're not that familiar in the kitchen with desserts or main meals or just everything?
You know, I don't mind cooking, but I'd say for the most part, I don't do desserts. I'll be honest.
At all.
This will be probably the first time making a dessert.
You know what? We're going to do this together.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to hold your hand through it because hopefully it's going to taste as good as your music is. All right? Don't stop trying to hide behind me. I'm going to make, in fact, you can stir. How about that, David?
Okay, cool,
you go
cool.
over there. And that is basically cream already stirred in, right? And what we're going to do is add some of our wet and dry ingredients like we did a bit earlier. We've got milk, we've got sugar, and we've got vanilla essence. You could also flavor it with something like coffee, but today we're going to keep it light. So as you stir that, I'm just going to pour the rest of this in.
Lovely.
What's your favorite dessert?
Ooh, I think I'm pretty classic. I love a good, like, just chocolate cake or chocolate ice cream.
Chocolate ice
I'm very
cream?
basic when it comes to my desserts.
Oh, at least you didn't say vanilla. That's pretty basic. But how about some South African dessert like malva pudding?
You know what? It wasn't really a big thing for me. But I need to.
I've got some beef with your dad, man.
While I'm here, I think I've got to have some malva pudding.
Yeah, malva pudding, Cook Sisters, and then you also have to have milk tart.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So this is the gelatine, and we've basically put it in water and allowed it to bloom. This is something that I'm also learning. So you don't throw the powder directly in, and you can see it's sort of rehydrated the gelatine. I'm going to throw that in as well. I also heard you're vegetarian.
Yes. Yeah, I don't eat meat.
Okay.
I actually eat fish, so I guess...
You're pescatarian.
Pescatarian.
Yes, I was pescatarian for a few years. And then I said, wait, chicken wings are so good. Why did you choose to be vegetarian?
You know, it's funny, actually, my whole life, I've never eaten meat. So
you don't even know what you're missing.
I don't even know what I'm missing, which is probably a good thing. I think if I did eat meat from when I was a young age, I probably would, you know, be difficult.
Are you not curious?
Honestly, not really. My whole family's like this.
When you see a steak, do you go like, oh my god, you don't even salivate?
I'll literally run away. I see that, I'm like, that looks horrible.
Okay, but how about some bacon?
Oh, even more so. Oh, even more so.
Okay,
yep.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm done converting him.
I'm so sorry, we won't be able to connect over the food. Over steak and bacon, I'm sorry.
But we will be able to connect over some delicious dessert.
For sure.
So you mix that up, and then I'm gonna do the filling for our panna cotta. Okay. Now, panna cotta is actually an Italian dessert, and it came around in like the 60s, right, officially, and we now in 2025 are making this goodness too. So as a topping, you can do whatever you want. We're gonna go with our half peaches, and you can use the syrup as well. It's gonna add to the goodness. And we're gonna squeeze in some lime and cinnamon just to offset the flavor a little bit. And then make sure that this also goes right there. Okay, you move over, and then I'll be here. And then we stir this together. So if you are vegetarian, would you eat this because it's got gelatine in it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that fine?
Yeah, I'm not super strict about it.
Okay, cool. Got you.
Yeah.
So your upcoming tour and EP, do we have a date? Do we have a name? Do not hold your heart so close to your chest.
I've been told I got to keep everything.
Everything under wraps?
Under wraps, yeah, for the moment.
Oh my gosh, how are you going to keep the people waiting and wanting?
The plan is end of the year, so like sort of summertime.
Okay.
So we got a bit of time
End
still.
of 2025. Yes. I love this.
Yes.
A name?
For the tour, for the EP.
Both. Give it to us.
So the EP is still to be named.
Okay.
And the tour, I think, is probably going to be the I struck gold tour.
Yeah, why not?
I feel like that feels right.
Yes, because
Yeah.
we did strike gold, strike.
Something like that.
We
yes.
struck. We definitely
definitely
struck
struck
gold.
gold.
We struck gold with this guy over here. Okay, so we're going to stir that together, and what basically happens is this cools down in the fridge, right? So we're going to put them in our ramekins and then top it off with our peaches. So somehow are we going to use this?
Okay.
How good are you at pouring?
Oof. All right.
Am I really testing you today?
You're testing me.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So am I leaving that there?
I'll take this away for
Okay.
you.
And I'm just pouring there to there.
Yes, you are.
How much do you need?
You know what? I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay. More?
Because it does, yeah, more.
Okay.
Because it doesn't rise or anything, so
Okay.
we can just leave enough space. That's enough for
enough.
our toppings.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go with some more. One for you, one for me. Maybe
Thanks.
one for Gray if we're feeling generous. Okay, pour that in. See?
Cool.
That was perfection.
Okay, all right.
And once that cools down in the fridge, we'll add our topping. But
Cool.
for now, I know you're still singing, but you want to taste it?
Yes.
Yes, he does. Let's do it.
Where should I chuck this?
I present to you any way you'd like to, David. A panna cotta.
All right.
Okay.
Lovely. This is my first time
I'm
having
acting
panna
like
cotta.
I made it. I'm so nervous. This is your first time having panna cotta?
This is, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Get a little bit of everything.
Yum.
Yum?
Yum.
Okay,
Yeah,
out of
that's good.
10? 25 out of 10.
that's like
25
at
out of
least-
10, yes. ExpressoShow.com is where you get this recipe. As Dave continues enjoying the goodness that is our panna cotta, you could also have the goodness in your homes. And also don't forget to catch in and catch Color Your Plate with Koo. It happens every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on SABC2. Let's have a look.
Join us this week on Color Your Plate with Koo. It's all about hearty meatless meals.
Like, we can do this, guys. We can do this.
I'm not here to make no friends.
And we'll be the last contestant to join our top 6.
The competition is so tight.
And I start panicking because nothing is fully done yet.
That's Color Your Plate with Koo, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. only on SABC2.
I'm hoping for the best.
We are gearing up for a magical performance in just a moment. Moyo are going to be performing, giving us a little taste of stargazing that's going to be on at the Artscape. This is a magical moment for them. It's going to be breathtaking for us. We'll introduce you to these young superstars in just a moment. Then getting a little jelly right now. Our man out on the mountain is literally out on the mountain. The Absa Cape Epic has kicked off in style, and Ryle is there with all the energy, yo, and it looks like he's brought some friends along as well. Cannot wait to connect with him live out in the range to all of those warriors out there taking on one of the most, if not the most grueling race in the world. We got your back. We'll see you now.
Want to give your child a head start? Brainchild offers multivitamins and omega-3s that help bridge the gap in your child's diet for healthy growth and development. Stand a chance to win one of 5 hampers, including the full product range, a backpack, water bottle, and 1,000 Rand Take-A-Lot voucher. Simply visit brainchild.co.za, look out for the pop-up banner, and fill in your details. Competition closes Friday, 28 March. T's and C's apply. Brainchild bridges the gap.
If you died today, what talents, what voice, what stories will die with you?
We choose to dance.
Pull wool up, just wool up. Now listen, get out of here. Get out of here for real. I'm saying.
5, 6, 7, 8. Kick in place, kick in place. Bots, your turn. No. Like this. Kick in place, kick in place.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Back, it is your feel-good breakfast show, and we still have so much coming your way right here. And I'm excited, as you can feel, because Raul may not be here, but I can feel his spirit. There's some really cool things happening on the other side.
Yeah, Nature Boy is in his element. He is connecting with a lot of nature lovers, and of course those weekend warriors that become real warriors, taking on one of the most grueling races in the world. It's the ABSA Cape Epic, baby, and our man is out in the range. Let's connect with Raul in Durban.
Hey, Raul.
Hey, Carissa G, man, thank you so much. And I'm Zanzi. Welcome to it. We're live right here at the ABSA Cape Epic. It's 2025 in the Western Cape, and what an incredible opportunity this is. The literal best from around the world are converging here to take on 613 kilometers, 16,000 meters of climbing and elevation. So this is more than a race. This is a test of endurance, mental resilience, and among all other things, there's incredible impact being made right here. We're talking about something special, and that's why I'm out here with Tina Venter from ABSA, ahead of the She Untamed initiative that's doing so much, and we are here for it. Tina, firstly, how are you doing?
I'm so good, thank you.
Yeah, the energy here is electric. We just missed one of the last, one of the very few and many starts to this, but wow, the energy is feeling incredible. I want to talk to you about even more excitement. You've got a 3-year partnership ahead with the Ironman Group. What does this mean for the She Untamed riders?
So we just renewed our partnership with the Ironman Group, and now gives us access to the Global Mountain Biking Series, which now includes not just the pinnacle of the ABSA Cape Epic being the ABSA Cape Epic, but also Andorra. It gives us 4 islands. It gives us actually Spa Swiss Epic. So we're taking it from Table Mountain to the Swiss Alps.
Oh my word. And I didn't think it could even get better the last time we spoke, but yes, impact is being made on another level. Now, just for anybody that might still be living under a rock, let's talk about the She Untamed initiative. What you're doing for the riders, you're providing accessibility, you're making cycling for women more inclusive, but how is this initiative growing from your perspective?
So in 2019 we launched. So it's the cornerstone of what we're trying to do to enable women and young girls in sport and beyond, because it's not just about the bike, it's also about the boardroom, it's about the classroom and stuff like that. So the reality is in 2019 we started off with 37 women, 2024 ended up 176 women, and it's just growing from strength to strength, you know, so it's incredible.
Oh, it really is incredible, and I think when you look around and see the growth of this as well, I feel like there's 1,000 more entrants into this race than last year, so well done and kudos to that, but also well done to the fact that there's even more impact being made, not just from the She Untamed initiative, but a lot of the partnerships that you've been incorporated in. I believe that you used to have something with I Love Boobies, but yet that's gotten even better and bigger. What's happening in this space?
So over and above our 12 for 21 class of 2025 for the ABSA She Untamed team, so we've got 24 riders. Our partnership with I Love Boobies have just gone from strength to strength. You know, it is that kind of thing where we ended up testing 1,000 women last year.
Wow.
And this year, we're actually doing the whole entire race village, and we're just extending our partnership to just go. We've now got mobile clinics in the Western Cape, in KwaZulu-Natal, in Gauteng. So we're just actually going from strength to strength, you know, from this.
You really are, and I think that's why everybody's walking around here with such a big smile on their face, because this is more than just riding. There's impacts, there's friendships being made, and there's a big test at the end of the day. What are you looking forward to from, let's say, the race in general the most? Because it's going to be a good couple days of fierce energy and excitement.
First of all, I'm watching this weather because that's always interesting. The Cape always never surprises you. But the thing is as well is I'm looking forward to seeing my 12 teams crossing the finish line and just delivering on that kind of dream and that hope for the women and the girls out there. But at the same time, I'm just wishing all our riders, you know, just a safe ride and just tick off that bucket list because it's a bit of an addiction. So I just enjoy the vibe. I just love, and it's humbling, you know, and just riding for a cause and the communities we serve. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I think that's what it's about, being a part of something that's bigger than just you. And I think with the She Untamed Riders, that's exactly what's happening. Seeing their faces when they cross that finish line, it is like a world of sacrifice and hard work coming to fruition. And that's a celebration like no other. So thank you for the incredible work you've been in including this, being a part of this. It looks like the next set of riders are about to start. So we're going to catch the action. And you, Mzansi, don't need to go anywhere just yet. We want to keep you plugged in on this because once the race starts, it goes wild. Now, listen, we're going to be watching this in a second, but what does training look like when it comes to preparing for an event like this? I know you put a lot of work into the She Untamed Riders, that program itself. How long and how much goes into this moment?
So this is about 18 to 20 hours of training a week. It's nutrition. It is actually being on bike, in bike, on the roads, and it's nutrition, it's chiro, it's food, it's just looking after yourself, medical and mental wellness.
Mental wellness. So guys, they're about to begin. The race has kicked off. This is the Absa Cape Epic for 2025. The guts, the determination, and the gears are all right here behind me. So wow, this is an event like no other. It's more than a race. Mental resilience. It's grueling, but can I say the weather's absolutely perfect for it. So from us here at Mirandale Wine Estate, we'll be plugging in just a bit, catching up on more of the incredible action going down right here. But oh, the races are going down. Yep, Mzansi, don't go anywhere, of course, like I promised you. As you just seen another batch of riders go through, we've got so much to look forward to right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, crossing live from Mirandale Wine Estate, the Absa Cape Epic 2025. And again, thank you, Tina Finter. Incredible work. And you, Mzansi, we'll catch you guys in just a bit. We'll be catching up with more of the action soon. Don't go anywhere.
Hey. Okay, can we just take a moment to appreciate the beauty of our friend out in his natural setting?
Love it. His hair is flowing.
Just flowing in the wind. He just needs to be on the back of a bike going at about 45 k's an hour over some crazy mountain range. You do realize now that we're going to see him do an Absa Cape Epic
I
now
can't
that
wait
he's
for the
tasted
mountains.
But it's okay. We'll be reconnecting with him and the Warriors hitting the trail, the biggest, most grueling trail in the world. So let's inspire you as you hit your trail today.
Yes, please. Oh my goodness, it's Monday, but no Blue Monday over here. It could actually be unforgettable when you play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed 500,000 Rand jackpot. I've got a question though. What are you waiting for? Play now and you could make it rain. Lots of cash this March.
One day we're actually just going to have buckets of cash above our heads when we say that. And just please, can we make that an actual request? You can get your tickets really simply. You can do it in-store. You can go nationallottery.co.za. You can use a mobile app. You can use cell phone banking. You can dial *120 *7529# for USSD. It really is that easy.
It is, and all those details are on our social pages. Check them out, give us a follow, put your pictures out there, your morning views in particular, and then Panda Pusha Play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed 500,000 Rand jackpot today. And you could just get an early payday right coming your way.
All the best of luck with that. We're going to inspire you with a little stargazing in just a moment as these incredible young performers gaze at the stars. In fact, they're headed to the stars and the Artscape Theatre, or more, your foundation celebrating a decade of changing lives, changing communities. They are amazing.
I can't wait for that. And then the stargazing will continue because entertainment news is coming your way. I've got some really, really great ones, Expresso fam. Spicy and really heartwarming. So stick around to find out more.
If you died today, what talents, what voice, what stories will die with you?
We choose to dance.
Wool up, just wool up. Now listen, get out of here. Get out of here for real. I'm saying.
5, 6, 7, 8. Kick in place, kick in place. Bots, your turn. No. Like this. Kick in place, kick in place.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. I feel a little bit nervous, well, pretty much every day being on live TV, so you can imagine how these young'uns are feeling from the Omoyo Foundation as they prepare to hit the Artscape Theatre for an incredible performance titled Stargazing. So I'm going to mention some names. Some might not be here, but I think they deserve their 15 minutes of fame. We've got Luku Tando, Shakira, Lingomso, Lake, I think Imane's not here, Portia, Tawane, Ayola, Otandwayo, Tanya, Sinasipo might not be here, Olutle, Simamkele, and Sinasitle. I know is hopefully watching from home. You guys are amazing. This is their opportunity to shine. This particular routine is called We Choose to Dance.
If you died today, what talents, what voice, what stories will die with you?
We choose to dance.
Wool up, just wool up. Now listen, get out of here. Get out of here for real. I'm saying.
5, 6, 7, 8. Kick in place, kick in place. Bots, your turn. No. Like this. Kick in place, kick in place.
Gibeli steamela, gibeli steamela, gibatlo tintada, gibatlo tintada. Funa ukubamba ngikulahlele phezulu bese uyalenda la. Gibatlo kuthora kudala kubutha enhloko udila ka. Gibeli steamela, gibeli steamela, gibatlo tintada, gibatlo tintada. Funa ukubamba ngikulahlele phezulu bese uyalenda la. Gibatlo kuthora kudala kubutha enhloko udila ka.
Make me sweat, make me holler, make me lose my breath, make me water. Make me sweat, make me holler, make me lose my breath, make me water. Make me sweat, make me holler, make me lose my breath, make me water.
Yes. That is the spirit of dance that we absolutely love to see. Stargazing looking absolutely stunning. I mean, come on, 28, 29 March is where you got to be at the Artscape. Please make sure that you get your tickets at Web Tickets. For now, though, I want to ask them one more time to take a bow to our little ones. Well done, well done, well done. Oh, my goodness, so cute. All right, it's now gone to 8 o'clock. Let's get into that final bit of news for this morning. Now, we start off with your national news first, where Universitas Academic Hospital out in Bloemfontein is set to revolutionize surgeries with the advanced Versius robotic system, a first for the Free State. Now, this technology allows for smaller incisions, reduced pain and quicker recovery times. Equipped with high-precision cameras, it enhances surgeons' vision, making complex procedures more effective. Now, the Free State Health Department aims to expand robotic surgeries across the province with plans for remote operations in the future. Now, currently, the province's only machines is at Universitas, marking a major step towards advanced technology-driven healthcare. In other national news, the 14th International Water Association Conference on Water, Reclamation and Reuse is underway in Cape Town, bringing together global experts to discuss sustainable water solutions. Now, scientists, engineers and policymakers are meeting at the Cape Town International Convention Centre to tackle water security challenges. With South Africa's natural dryness and Cape Town's past droughts, the city is now planning one of the world's largest water reuse facilities. The conference highlights years of the Democratic Republic of Congo will send a delegation to Angola today, 23 rebels in the east. Now, President Felix Tshisekedi, who previously rejected dialogue, is reconsidering his position after setbacks and declining regional support. M23 directly. Angola continues to mediate a cease. Meanwhile, the United States will continue its military campaign against Yemen's Houthis until they stop attacking shipping in key waterways, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced. Now, the strikes, which killed at least 31 people on Saturday, are the largest U.S. operation in the Middle East since January. In response, the Houthis threatened escalation with reports of missile and drone attacks on U.S. vessels. Now, earlier, President Trump warned Iran to stop supporting the Houthis or face U.S. retaliation, while Iran's top military commander vowed a decisive response if threats were carried out. And closing off your news for today, a week ago, a dedicated team consisting of a pilot, a vet, and a section ranger from Mfolozi Park embarked on a search for buffalo as part of a disease testing operation. Now, during their mission, they stumbled upon a heartbreaking sight, a poached rhino carcass. Now, nearby, a tiny calf estimated to be just 6 weeks old and weighing 105 kilograms was found alone. Now, they quickly immobilized the calf, and with Orton Bosman flying the helicopter, they rushed it to the Zululand Rhino Orphanage. There, the calf was rehydrated and given rhino plasma to strengthen his immune system. Now, thanks to the heroic efforts of the team, this little one now has a chance for a safe future. Heroic efforts there, bringing it to life, nature once again. Beautiful way to close up your news for this Monday morning. Let's have a final look at what's happening in the world of sports.
Thank you so much, Carissa. Let's start with the big one on the Cup front. Newcastle stunned Liverpool with a 2-1 victory in the League Cup final last night, securing their first major trophy since 1969. So the man from Blythe, Dan Burns' opener and Alexander Isak's second-half strike, sealing a historic win at Wembley. Federico Chiesa's late goal, not enough for Liverpool as Eddie Howe's side claimed their first domestic silverware since the 1955 FA Cup. And you could see on the faces of the Geordies what that meant. Now, Relebohile Mafokeng's early double, securing a 2-1 victory for Orlando Pirates over Mamelodi Sundowns in a crucial Betway Premiership clash as we bring it back home. So the win narrows the gap now to 15 points and avenges their heavy 4-1 defeat last month. Now, with 4 games still in hand, the Buccaneers keep their slim title hopes alive in the race for league glory. At least there is someone else in the race. Now we turn to rugby, and that race is over, emphatically won by France. They sealed the Six Nations crown with a 35-16 victory over Scotland, edging England by a single point in the final standings. So Les Bleus, they claimed their first title since 2022 with a bonus point win in Paris. England gave themselves every opportunity, 68-14 their score against Wales, and they kept the race tight, while Ireland's 22-17 victory over Italy did fall short of title contention. So honours go to France. Now we get back on the track, and Lando Norris claimed victory in a chaotic rain-hit Australian Grand Prix yesterday, fending off Max Verstappen in a tense season opener. So Mercedes' George Russell secured third as crashes and safety cars saw only 14 finishes on the day. Norris, the pre-season title favourite, in fact, ended Verstappen's dominance dating back to 2022 on the track, while McLaren's teammate Oscar Piastri, he slipped to 9th after a costly off-track moment. So I think the pundits will be disseminating this one for a while, but there are your standings. Norris sends out the early season marker, and that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. We'll touch on them again at 8 o'clock. Let's get the latest on the traffic front.
Thank you, G-Man. Let's head into your roads for the final time. Out in Cape Town, in Brackenfell, there is a stationary vehicle on the R300 North on Old Paarl Ramp. Now, there is a lane closure, so do add the delay into your travel time and, of course, proceed with caution if you're headed out that way. Now, we move over to the northwest in Klerksdorp, where there is protesting on the N12 at Klerksdorp, so please drive carefully and avoid the area if possible. Now, out in Germiston in Gauteng, there is congestion on the N3 northbound between Van Buren Road and Elands Interchange. Add the delay into your travel time and proceed cautiously. Wherever you are headed this morning, make sure that your Monday gets started on a good note. As we leave your roads for now, let's check in with our superstar Ryle to see what's happening in your weather.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And yes, live from Murendal Wine Estate right here in the Western Cape. And reporting on weather, I can tell you right now that it's perfect weather for the Cape Epic. It's not too hot, a beautiful cool breeze coming through. But let's chat more weather specific when it comes to our country, and especially KZN right now as they enter a state of a disaster. Now, reporting from KZN, it looks like the following is taking place. And we can say that the past week has seen KwaZulu-Natal battered by heavy rain and storms. And today looks set to be no different. Now, the eThekwini Metro Mayor Cyril Ntuli confirmed that a state of disaster has been declared to assist affected communities, and the floods, which have caused significant damage to homes and infrastructure, have also resulted in fatalities. Now, this follows 2 previous floods earlier this year, but meanwhile, the South African Weather Service has also issued a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms, expecting localized flooding and damage across parts of KwaZulu-Natal, Mpumalanga, and the Northern Cape. Now, our thoughts definitely go out to all those those affected by the floods right now in KZN and hoping that that assistance can come through. But hopefully we can turn that frown and put a little bit of a smile on your face right now as we celebrate another sunrise view. And this is an incredible one, sent in by Salome all the way from Witbank. And that's where you'll get 23 degrees Celsius weather. But look at this shot, it's absolutely exceptional. I love everything about it, and I can't say thank you enough for sharing this one with us and giving us all the spark, the bright energy that we need to capitalize on the day. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I think one last time, there's a great opportunity for you, Mzandi, to see what temperatures you can expect on your side of town. Enjoy.
Exquisite, take me there. Thank you. Some beautiful sunrise pictures, Salome. Absolutely on point. And we love getting out there. And in fact, if you are on a saddle right now, getting out there for the Absa Cape Epic, we have got your back. Well, at least Ryle has. I'm thinking his beautiful hair can tell us what way the wind is blowing in that area. So there it is. Oh, he's beautiful. He's going to bring us another update as some very excited, unbelievably fit people get ready to embrace a grueling challenge.
Oh, man, and congrats to them for even taking up the challenge. And we're going to take up the challenge of creating an apple sauce. You've done so many good things in the kitchen this morning, and I feel like just to end it on a good note, this is something you've got to have in your pantry.
Oh, wow.
Delicious. Not only that, how about some entertainment news?
Please.
Yeah, I've got
With a bit
that
of
for you
spice.
too. Little bit coming your way.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
welcome back as we prepare, yes, to get in the kitchen to make some apple sauce, but I have a feeling this is going to be even saucier as we get into our entertainment news.
Yes, please.
What's going down?
All right, we're going to have a big focus on local news today because there's so much happening on the ground. I have to talk about one of my favorite designers, and it's so great that it's also one of Naomi Campbell's favorite designers in South Africa. Now, his name is Tebe Magugu, and that is also the name of his label. It was founded almost 10 years ago now, in 2016, and this guy is just a superstar in and of himself. So if we throw it back to 2022, Naomi Campbell being one of the OG supermodels that ever were, right? One of the first black supermodels on Vogue France and on Time magazine.
And probably still the most current of the
to
OG
this day.
team. Yeah,
it's so crazy. So 2022, she was on the cover of Vogue Arabia, and she was rocking a Tebe Magugu outfit. And from that moment on, she has just said that this guy is one of my favorite designers, and gave him a shout out saying this is what the future of fashion and African fashion looks like. And we just said yes. So I don't know if you also know, but last year Tebe Magugu took it a step further and said this is not just about fashion. He created the Magugu House. So it's all about heritage and celebrating the history of South Africa. There it is.
The culture that underpins the fashion, yeah.
So you go in, you see the architecture, you see all the different styling, you see the fashion being incorporated, telling this wonderful story. And I'm just like, yes, you know what? Naomi Campbell's onto something here.
I love it. I can just see the commercial platforms, the different directions that you can move when you create this kind of dynamic brand and proposition. I'm on board.
I'm here
completely.
for it.
I'm talking like an evil villain. I'm so excited. But it's amazing because you know what this is going to mean for the ecosystem around him.
And that's the thing. It's gone from Joburg to South Africa to the world, and that is what we're here for.
Yeah.
In other local news, Deleuze, the last time we spoke about him, unfortunately last year, he had suffered a stroke, and his family just kind of put it out there to say, you know, please send him prayers and keep him in your thoughts as well. And now he's made the decision to actually move over to the US to be with his mom and recover with their state-of-the-art
the resources that are available, and that makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. We want Deleuze back and at good health at that too.
At least he's got the option, and he has some kind of choice in this space, because I would imagine his life has felt like he has had very few choices or input in terms of what's been happening to him. It must be terrifying to lose your body or that connection with your body to that degree, especially when you've lived in it as a performer.
And he's so young.
I know.
My goodness. So he's out in Washington, D.C. as well.
Strength, brother, strength.
Yeah, we're sending you so much love, my goodness. And he said, you know, the mother's touch is really what it's about, and we hope that will bring him to full health. We need more music, Deleuze, but we'll wait for your recovery in order to get there. All right, one story internationally, and then we're going to bring it home.
Okay.
Lady Gaga, we've got to talk about her. She blessed us with an album in the beginning of March, and we're so grateful for it. And it raised a lot of questions around some of the songs. So one of the tracks, called A Blade of Grass, people were like, is this a true story or is this not a true story? And she confirmed that her man that she's been with since 2019, the two of them met. He's a businessman, she's a superstar, and they just absolutely fell in love. He proposed to her using a blade of grass.
Oh, well done, Michael.
He basically, yes, Michael said, with a woman like you, I wouldn't even know where to begin. And she said, just take a blade of grass and use that as your engagement. And he did exactly that. He followed it up with
I was going to say, I'm sure that was the first step towards something a little bit more dramatic.
Exactly. You saw the rock on her finger, $2 million worth. But she also now has put that blade of grass in resin and made a ring out of it.
Wow.
And that's the one on top of the rock.
She went from grass to carrots.
Great. That's hilarious.
Look at that.
But good on them, and she's created this beautiful ballad of a song.
It won't even like stay up on her finger. It's like falling down because it's so heavy. That's crazy.
And she's so deserving. I feel like we've been with her on her journey of ups and downs and romances and non-romances. And now on Mayhem, her album, we get to experience the story. It's really beautiful. It is really, really beautiful.
I'm unconvinced. Abracadabra's not my... That's the name of the song?
Abracadabra.
I don't know so much, eh?
Yeah, it's not my favorite one, but
No, man.
this one in particular.
Give us that half of the ring.
This one, no good. This one is going to convince you, I swear. All right, that brings us to our final story. I was rushing through those because we have to.
I don't know how to feel about this. Should I be excited? Should I be nervous? Should I be emotional? Okay,
so excited because our heartfelt congratulations goes out to Zoe and her husband Robbie. And
yes, of course.
their twin baby boys last week. Now, Zoe expressed on her Instagram just how grateful she was to be able to give birth to her 2 boys naturally. Baby A coming in at 2.6 kilograms. Baby B 27 minutes later coming in at 2.3 kilograms. And she said the best part, that they don't even have to fight over the baby.
Exactly. They can just do timeshare. And that, but you know how tiny that is.
I do.
Anything under 3 kilograms is small.
So small.
Those are little boys. And so I think the main thing is that they got through this with absolutely no complications, that she did want a natural birth. Jordan and Luke Brown Anderson entered the world. And we know that Robbie and her are going to be amazing parents. They were always cut out for this. But with twins, I would imagine there would have been a lot of nervousness. With the babies being so small, there would have been a lot of anxiety and nervousness. So many different elements. So for this to work out like a dream, and they're sitting having breakfast in bed.
Yes, literally.
And of course, a super healthy breakfast. But hopefully they'll be watching this right now. You guys are so missed right now. I think all of us would love to be just connecting with you and holding those little ones. But you guys have got this. You're going to be amazing parents.
Absolutely. I think a celebratory applesauce would be great.
I'm going to make a batch of applesauces and we're going to send them to Australia.
Yes,
I'm going.
Okay, great. You go ahead and do that. Congrats again, Zoe. The Andersons have grown. I can't believe it. And if you want to catch up with them, they've posted a couple of details on their social media. Check out Zoe Brown's socials and you'll see the babies and just how well they look after the birth of the 2 boys. Congratulations to them once again from your Expresso family. And you know what? This applesauce, Zoe, is just for you.
All right, you can see me coming to terms with our stove. Why? Because we're going to be cooking in just a moment. Say goodbye to store-bought applesauce because this quick and easy homemade version is about to become your new favorite. Made with tinned apples, it's simple. There's no peeling, no chopping, just pure goodness in minutes. And I hope you're ready to cook, my brother. We haven't officially met Offset, so we thought the perfect introduction would be to create an applesauce together. Are you the cook at home? Is this a comfortable space for you? I know you've had a session with Carissa already this morning. How comfortable are you?
So look, now that I've had the session with Carissa, I'm ready to go. But that's as much of experience as I've had.
Dory, this is how it works
desserts.
in our kitchen.
Okay.
Is geniuses, people who can actually cook, prepare everything, and then at number 99, lay it out for us to steal their thunder completely. So we're going to do that. This is really simple. So applesauce is something, it's kind of like a flavor profile. Maybe when I had my 2 youngsters, I got into it a little bit because there was applesauce with everything and apple baby food. I love the flavor profile, but it's not something that I've ever made myself. Have you ever made an applesauce?
That makes 2 of us. Never.
Oh,
Never.
buddy, we got this. We got this, my friend. Okay, so I'm going to direct you. Okay. And you're going to just simply do. So first thing, I think we need a working stove here. That might help.
Okay.
There we go. That one is actually on. So I think we don't have to do a huge amount of cooking, so relatively low. So we're going to start with our tinned apples. You can pop those in.
Straight in there?
Yeah. Right in. It's waiting for a dramatic Apple Bay moment.
Go. There you go.
You handled that like you've never been in a kitchen before. No, I was going to say that just looked so comfortable and at home. Then we're going to go with the brown sugar.
Okay.
And if you need to scrape that guy, there's a spoon. Nice. I think the brown sugar is great because it's got like a caramel flavor profile. I think it's going to work well with the apples.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Exactly. Now, water, you can throw that in as well. If we wanted to add a little bit of apple juice, I think that will be okay to intensify the apple flavor. A little bit of vanilla essence. Why? Because you must always. I've yet to cook something sweet without vanilla essence, so I'm assuming it must be in everything. A little bit of cinnamon, just to add a bit of headiness, and then a squeeze or 2 of lime or lemon juice. And Bob's your uncle.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect, man. Look at that. And now we just let it simmer, we let it cook. You can actually mash it in there because the apple's quite soft, especially a tinned apple. I don't think it needs to be developed or cooked for too long. Or we can take it even further and we are going to blitz it. And then we are going to create little gifts that we're going to send to our friend in Australia right now. She left us. So where in Oz are you, or based, what's home based that side?
So I'm in Western Australia. I'm in Perth.
All right. How much of a difference when you come back to SA and you feel it? And SA now must feel quite different. Is it a culture shock? Does it feel a little bit like home? What is that experience like?
Oh, I love it. For me, like coming back home, or when I meet South Africans out of South Africa or in the world, I feel like the connection is actually really strong. Probably even stronger to the people when I meet Australians.
Yeah.
So the meeting with South Africans, there's a huge connection. So I love coming home. It just feels like so easy. It's like I never left.
And I think South Africa's in a good place right now. I think there's a reason why there's a bit of a flavour of the month internationally. I just feel like we're entering into a golden era.
I think so.
What do you enjoy the most when you come here? Obviously, applesauce, great. A milk tart, even better. What do you miss, or what do you find you relish the most when you're in SA?
So we used to go, as a family, used to go to Plet a lot. And I just think that's, for me, the most nostalgic place. And I just absolutely love everything about Plet. So for me, coming back to South Africa and visiting Plet, it just holds a lot of memories. And that is probably the most exciting place for me to come back to.
And a lot of people in Plet have just looked up like, no, I know, I feel you, man, I feel you.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to lift that up. It really is that simple. And I have a feeling, make a lot of this because you're going to taste test a lot. You'll probably eat like a full jar's worth. And then we're going to just simply put this into a little container. And I love this. You can store it for yourself. You can give it as a gift. Nothing says I love you quite like a jar of applesauce. There we go. If you're right now, there is a parent who's run out of baby food, panicking, we got you. It's okay. Okay, maybe you want to change one or two of the ingredients. I'm going to say take a little taste, dude.
Take a little taste?
Have a little taste and see if this stands up. Okay, this is a global judging panel now. Wow, and you took a proper, that was like a cooking reality show taste, dude.
It's delicious.
Amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And there was such a level of honesty and authenticity in that answer. It made me a little bit nervous. Absolutely love it. If you want to cook along with us, you can feel free. Go to expressoshow.com. You will find all of our recipes, all of our advice and inspiration just there. We will continue to cook. We will continue to be entertained this morning. We'll let him do what he does best on that part of the studio in just a moment. But stick around. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Be so much fun. I can't wait to get into hearing more as to what David has to offer when it comes to his great music. We've been listening during the ad breaks, and you're still in for such a treat, Expresso fam. And then we also have a delicious, delicious moment where they have to kind of guess the flavor of a cereal. When it comes to OT's, one of my favorite breakfasts of all time. I'm going to put these guys to the test, and we'll see exactly how that all plans out. We'll see you straight after this. It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back, Expresso fam. Thanks for hanging out with us on this gorgeous Monday. And it's about to get even more gorgeous, I have a feeling.
It really is. We've got David Lazarus about to perform in studio. Then we've got Ryle out on the range. He is absolutely loving being out there as some very brave warriors hit the track for the Absa Cape Epic. It is probably the most grueling race in the world. And it's kicking off in Durbanville as we speak. And Ryle is there to capture the moment.
Yeah, that's right, Mzansi. Thank you so much, team, and welcome back to Mirandal Wine Estate ahead of the Absa Cape Epic for 2025. The energy here has been absolutely electric, and we've been discovering more about this race. Not just the 613 kilometers, not just the 16,000 meters of climbing, and not just the 1,000 of entrants that have been a part of this also, but the fact that Absa are getting behind something incredible, and it's not just racing, but beautiful, positive impact. And a person that I cannot wait to chat to is Jabu, who is doing exactly that. Head of sponsorship at Absa. Jabu, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, thank you. Morning, everyone.
And listen, so grateful to have you out here because incredible things are happening at the Absa Cape Epic, especially with Absa themselves. And I can't help but see the Your Story Matters initiative on our screens, at the banks, and it looks like impact is being made here as well. Why is this so important, and how do you think this resonates with the Absa Cape Epic's ethos as well?
So our brand promise and business promise, Your Story Matters, is exactly that, because everybody, whether you are a seasoned rider or whether you're a supporter or you just like to ride casually, Your Story Matters. We want to bring the story to us because as a community, we want to hear what is your riding story.
I love that. And if I think about years in the past, there have been so many incredible and inspirational stories, riders that come from absolutely nothing and taking over the world. It really is inspiration on another level. Why is it so important for you as Absa, though, to get involved in partnerships like this and partner with an event as prestigious as the Cape Epic?
So as the title sponsors, I think we're really proud that we continue to impact and give improvement into the economic growth of the Western Cape through job creation, through boosting the tourism of the Western Cape. As the riders, international riders come through, we support small business. And I think our involvement in 2025 as well, we want to improve on exactly what we've already done in the past 21 years.
Yeah. And every time you come back here, you can see that improvement. You can see the riders. And I noticed there are a lot more foreigners here and here. So we're definitely going international with this one, bringing in all the big guns. Now, you do so much work with regards to impact, like we've been discussing now. And Forces for Good is something that is so cool to see. It's so awesome to see what's happening there. But there's another initiative that I've become aware of called the Qhubeka Trust, which is involving riders and doing something special. What exactly is going on here, though?
So at Absa, we're very intentional about using our sponsorships to drive a force for good. And we've been involved with Qhubeka from 2019. Qhubeka is a Nguni name that literally means to move forward or to progress. So their initiative is really about helping the communities to progress by giving them bikes. These bikes give them access to going to schools, to access clinics, and to access jobs. So we are really proud that we are able to give an impact in these communities to help them to do everyday things that we take for granted and give them access to that. On the 21st and the 22nd, in fact, we are going to be giving away about 100 bikes to the students. That gives them access to be able to go to school. I think in the past year, I can safely say that we've donated just under 6,000 bikes in 2024. And we want to improve that in 2025 by donating an additional 1,000 bikes to these communities. So it's one of the things that we really pride ourselves in, to ensure that we leave the communities in a better way that we found it, by being an active force for good.
And I absolutely love that, because I had, again, a first-hand experience to see the handing over of those bikes last year. Oh, I got emotional. It almost brought me to tears to see what that actually meant for these individuals, for these youngsters. You can see what these bikes are unlocking. It's not just the fact that I can ride to school every day or do something for my family, but it gives them this sort of inspiration and this fuel and catalyst to unlock so much more. So I can't wait to see that happening again at the end of this race. But speaking about the race, though, what do you think it really takes to get involved in this? I mean, you're no stranger to the bike, of course, so you know the sacrifice and the commitment. What do you think these riders go through to get you?
I think it's just time. Investing time on your saddle, investing time in choosing the right nutrition, investing time in ensuring that you put the training in. It takes, I think, about 12 months to get themselves ready to do something like this. I don't know if I'll ever be ready, but we'll see, Ralph.
We'll see. Listen, anything is possible when you put your mind to it. But I'm glad that the time being spent is with the riders, and you guys are spending your time doing absolute incredible work, not just for the race, but everything around it. So, Mzansi, every reason to stay ahead and stay involved in this one, and you can stay tuned for this entire race throughout the week. Not only the races themselves, but the incredible impact being done here, like that of ABSA. So stick around, especially towards the end of the race, because we're going to be donning a champion and also doing incredible work for that Qhubeka Trust and giving out those bikes. So, Mzansi, what are you waiting for? The ABSA Cape Epic 2025 is live, and we are here for it. Thanks, Jabu.
I love how excited Ryle is to not be riding in that race. You can see he's just sending everyone off with glee. It's not lost on us just how challenging this amazing race is. So soak up every second, but stay safe out there if you are hitting the track.
Oh my goodness, and to prepare you for that, or just for your Monday, we have to get into another song by the wonderful David. He is standing by with a gorgeous song already released straight off his EP. David, take it away.
Yeah, so this is a song about romanticizing the idea of somebody and about letting somebody go. This song's called Leading Different Lives.
So it seems I was waiting for nothing when you closed that door on all the dreams I had for us were there, lost upon the shore. When you thought that we could be something, when you thought that you'd be the one, so blinded by the idea of you, looking back was all in my mind. Still look for you in the darkness, wish you were here with me in the lights. From time to time you cross my mind, though we're leading different lives. Today I call myself dreaming, wondering what we could have become. Seems everything I thought of us, well, it's all up and gone. Still look for you in the darkness, wish you were here with me in the lights. From time to time you cross my mind, though we're leading different lives. I still look for you in the darkness, wish you were here with me in the lights. I'll miss you every now and then, though we're leading different lives. I still miss you every now and then, though we're leading separate lives.
David Lazarus, ladies and and gentlemen, that was really beautiful. It made me a bit emotional.
I'm going to ask David to just stay with me for the rest of the day. Just play in the car next to me. Just keep me calm. Just keep me grounded.
Beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. What a voice. What a talent. Oh,
You know what the best part is? We still have more.
Exactly. I think we have the best job in the world. Why? Because we get the likes of David, yes, performing for us in our very lounge, and we get to taste test.
It's all about a blind test when it comes to OTs. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to put David through his testings again, as well as Graham.
Oh,
so
really?
let's
Okay.
see how this all plays out.
I take everything nice back about him. I mean it.
We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, let's be honest, there is nothing more fun than putting your taste buds to the test, all right? So today, our presenter, one of them, and then also our musician for the day, are actually going to be tested to a blind taste challenge with a selection of Bacomo OT's flavors. Now, can they guess them all correctly is the question. Let's find out. Bring in our contestants. I will guide you. I will guide
Thank you, my friend.
It's such a pleasure. All right.
It's bound to happen at some stage.
David versus Graham. We're doing some swapping around with our official swap-arounder. And it's
Oh,
come
you are
around this
devious.
side
I knew
too.
you would, eh?
Because I know you took a mental map of everything before you.
You do remember that I have a 3-second attention span. So whatever I saw like 3 seconds ago, I don't even
It's
know
gone.
what we're doing
It's
now.
out your mind. Let me remind you, okay? Gray as well as David are going to go against each other with bowls of different Bacomo OT's flavors. And one by one, they'll sample a mystery flavor while blindfolded and try to guess which one they're tasting. Now, after they guess, we'll reveal the correct answer and hear what their thoughts are on the flavor. So let me guide your hands to. We'll start all of them from here.
Thank you.
There.
Oh, then it's a spoon out the bowl. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Here.
Thank you so much.
And there's your spoon. All right.
Wow.
And you can go ahead and have a bite of your first bit of OT's.
Well, you say that.
Do you know where your mouth is, David? I'm going to give you one more second, and then you've got to guess. 3, 2, 1. Have a swallow, have a think,
Can
have
I
a
say
taste.
chocolate?
Graham says chocolate. David
might be OG.
says,
So look, I don't actually know the flavors. Should I know the flavors before?
You should have
course,
probably
man.
known the flavors
What a fail.
before.
What an
We probably
absolute
should have
fail on that
told
side.
you. What is it giving?
Like
It's giving wheat flavor.
Maybe the OG? I mean, it's...
I feel like that would be the original.
The original for David. Graham says it is chocolate, and the answer is... You're right, David. It is the original flavor.
Well done.
Sorry, Graham. Sorry about
No, it's
that.
fine. If that's how good the original tastes, I can only imagine.
The original is my favorite. Okay.
It is great. Absolutely
Who
great.
do you want?
So can we get this in Australia?
Yes, you can. I'll send you a box.
We'll send you a box and some apple sauce, dude. We'll send you with some.
Okay, let me just put it in your hand.
Maybe you can start selling it there. Little side
Another
hustle.
stream of revenue. Okay, taste test number 2. Graham, that was not a TV bite.
Oh, that's yummy.
The crunch is so real.
Gotta be. Can I give my answer?
Yes.
Gotta be bubblegum.
Bubblegum, what did you say your flavor is?
That's got to be chocolate.
Chocolate and bubblegum. Could it be? And you're both right. 2 points to David, 1 point to Graham. Well done, boys.
For a second there, I thought we were eating the same one. I was about to oh my word, I might need to be checked. I might need to have my brain scanned or something.
All right, let's
That
move
was
on to
yummy.
the last round.
Thank you.
Bowl.
You just stuck my hand in the bowl.
Dude, chocolate,
Won't
I mean
happen.
spoon.
Can anyone who can see Carissa's face, is she crying yet? Why have you given me 2 spoons? She is crying now. I can hear the devious laugh in her voice.
Sorry, I almost gave it away. All right, David, when you're ready. Graham, when you are ready.
That's got to be the bubblegum.
Okay, bubblegum, Graham. Maybe have another taste and
Now
see.
you made me nervous now.
He actually just
That's
wants to eat
original,
the
man.
whole bowl.
That's
That's original. Okay, Graham says original, and
I don't know, it could be chocolate. I don't know.
3 points to David, 0 points to Graham. I'm taking your point back.
I know, man.
Very concerned about those taste buds,
I
Graham.
want to start eating breakfast more often, I think. Hey, this intermittent fasting has thrown me out completely. Look, that is delicious. I would eat either one of those every day. Every day.
Well
Can I
done,
take the face
though,
bra
David.
off?
You did win this round, and this is what it looks like. You can take your blindfold off.
Why did you tell him, guys? Come on, man. We could have had some fun there.
All right, let me tell you a bit more about this delicious
was
breakfast. Bokoma Oaties, the perfect all the time, anytime cereal snack for the young and for the young at heart. Let me tell you, made with real oats and packed with grains and vitamins and minerals, every bite please enjoy delivers a crunchy and playful treat. Now it is, as you saw, available in a delicious variety of flavors. You have the original. You've got cream soda, you've got bubblegum, and then you have the original Oaties flavor for everybody to enjoy. My only concern is that I haven't enjoyed, so I'm gonna definitely pour myself a bowl. What's your favorite?
The OG.
The OG. How about you?
Completely. Now that I've tasted them all.
The chocolate is delicious, but
The
I want to
chocolate?
go back to the OG.
Yeah,
because I feel
try it
like
once again.
that's a great original.
It's the OG.
I would say you can sneak this in your bag, but when
Yeah.
you walk, it's going to make a noise. People are going to know that something's up, man. So you're going to have to just walk with little steps.
He's
Not
got a
shake
saunter.
yourself.
He's got a
Yeah,
saunter.
and you're a saunterer. You can do that, man.
I love it. Now,
Whoa,
from
delicious.
breakfast bowls to fun taste tests, Bokoma Oaties brings the crunch to every occasion. And what's even more exciting is the Bokomo Power Bowl competition, where you stand the chance to be selected to play Powerball live on Expresso. And this is exactly how you can enter. Yeah.
Start your day with Bokomo and start winning. Enter the Bokomo Powerball competition and stand a chance to win your share of 3 million rand in cash and prizes. Buy any participating Bokomo cereal, upload your till slip to Bokomo's WhatsApp line at 074 666 0900, and you could be selected to play live on the Bokomo Powerball game show, where even bigger prizes await. Competition closes 4 May 2025. Entry details and T's and C's at bokomo.co.za.
Sorry, excuse me, talking with my mouth full, but yes, the breakfast is flowing, so you can go and get your breakfast when we return. An opportunity to win big on this Monday. We're talking like 500,000 big. And then David Lazarus is going to be bringing us another beautiful performance just to chill us out and start the week on the right note. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It has been a magical Monday, so thank you so much for playing your part, and let's see if we can reward you.
I would love to, because your Monday could actually be unforgettable, but that's only if you play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed $500,000. I'm talking 500,000 Rand in jackpots. Now, what are you waiting for? Play now, and you could just, we got to do it. Make it rain, lots of cash this March.
One day we will have a bucket, I swear. It's just going to come down on us. Your tickets are available. You can go in-store, nationallottery.co.za. Online, you can use their amazing mobile app. You can use your own cell phone banking setup, or you can dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
Oh, that is so simple. And all these details are on our Expresso social pages anyway, so you don't even have to reach far, think far. Just ponder, push up, play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed 500,000 Rand jackpot today. And you could win big. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. I'm manifesting your Monday today.
Oh, man. Well, we are doing our absolute utmost to make sure that David Lazarus doesn't leave again. We want him to stay here in South Africa and here in the mother city. Absolute gem of a human being, and his performances have been breathtaking. So let's give you another.
This is a cover of one of my favorite 80s songs, a little of a stripped back version of it. It's called Betty Davis Eyes.
His hollow gold, her lips a sweet surprise. Her hands are never cold. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She turned the music on. You won't have to think twice till you come out blue. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll tease you when she sees you, all the better just to please you. She's precocious, and she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. All the boys, they think she's a spy. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She take her home and whets her appetite. She'll lay you on her throne. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She takes humble on, roll you like a dice till you come out blue. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll throw you when she snows you, all the better just to show you she's ferocious, and she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. All the boys, they think she's a spy. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She's got Betty Davis eyes.
Wow. Absolutely beautiful. I feel like now that I know him and he's just so awesome, I feel like making him do a curtsy, because that was just so amazing. Please give us another curtsy. That was amazing. David Lazarus, what a talent.
Absolutely.
Oh, my word.
And yes, please do stick around. South Africa loves you, and we want you to be back here. We can't wait for that tour. Hope it'll make us stop by there. In fact, I think that's on my goal list for 2025, to bring David back again.
Hashtag. Hashtag bring it back. Well, speaking of social media, let's hit the social media streets and see what you guys had to say in response to this. As we put it to you, let's set the tone for the new week. What's one goal you're working towards and what is keeping you inspired? Let's hear from Marsha first.
Oh, Marsha, good morning. Saying Guten Morgen, Expresso. For right now, the goal is just to show up and be gracious to myself as I am 6 months into a new motherhood journey. Marsha, congratulations. In the future, I really want to achieve an Ironman challenge.
Wow.
Marsha.
Hey, only a new mom superhero would be like, what's the next easy thing I can do? You just, I'll pop out a child, I'll take on an Ironman. I love it. You've got this, girl. Well done, and congratulations on the bubba.
Absolutely.
Oh, Gary, you had to weigh in. The OG of OGs. Brought the coconut water yesterday, doing a 36-hour fast on Tuesday evening.
Sheesh.
What's motivating me? My clothes don't fit. Stop it, man.
Relatable.
It's always. But I love that. That's great, man. One step at a time.
It's all those espresso recipes. That's actually what it is. But we don't blame you. Teresa, what have you got to say? All right, Teresa Van Beek getting in touch saying good morning. There is always something to be thankful for every day. It is important to be thankful, positive and happy. It sets the tone for your days ahead. And you can do anything that you set your mind on.
And the crazy thing is, I know we talk about this and often drifts into that esoteric, emotional space. We use gratitude as a physical process every day to get into the energetic rhythm that we have to be here. So you're on the money. I love that. Let's hear from Mariska.
I love that.
She says, good morning, the Expresso team, right back at you. My goal is to be working hard for my kids. They are my inspiration. They inspired me. Have a blessed week, 100%.
Beautiful.
100%.
I love that. I'm not a mom yet, but I can imagine that could be your push and motivator. What about David? I know I said my goal is to bring you back. What's your goal for the week or the year, Dave?
My goal for the week of the year, you know what? Enjoy my time here in South Africa, hanging out with my dad. I'm looking forward to the next few days together.
Oh man, I wish you could have seen his dad's face when he said that. That is absolutely beautiful. Oh man, he just might be one of the nicest people we have ever had on the stage, and that's okay. And he's going to be bringing us one more performance in just a moment. What are you going to be performing for us, my friend?
This is a little love song. It's called You in My Life.
Take it away.
You light up the night. Feels like there's magic here inside. A moment of you. I feel the colors shining through. It's taken some time, but there's no way I'm letting go right now. With you in my life, I think I'll be fine. Oh, distant sun, miles away from everyone, and being with you. And this golden sky view, it's taken some time, but there's no way I'm letting go right now. With you in my life, I think I'll be fine. It's taken some time, but there's no way I'm letting go right now. With you in my life, I think I'll be fine.
I get it now. I think the whole idea was to get Graham to fall in love with you. And
it's happened. No, it's happened, dude. We can't go back from this. We can't go back. That's absolutely beautiful. How's your experience been? Like, I would imagine quite bizarre being here in this moment.
Amazing.
Man.
This has been so much fun.
I learned how to cook.
I mean, this is a whole new skill. Maybe I should take up cooking instead of music. I feel like that might be my path.
Your plan A is working out just fine, my friend. You've got some chops on you, dude. Thank you so much for sharing your talent with us. We are here for the singer-songwriters. We are here for any South African connection, and we are here for you.
Yes,
we will
play
see
us
you
a little
tomorrow.
something as we say goodbye.
Into my heart.